Hello, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome. We are talking about Critical Role 3 because, of course, we are. We're D&D Boyband, a group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys because apparently it's not fantasy unless everybody's hot. This is an original D&D campaign set in the critical real world of Exandria, taking place 10 years after the events of CR1. Whilst the council had already deal with the aftermath of those events, the group has managed to make their way from Craghammer all the way to Wildmount. Their original destination was Imon, and this is a very roundabout route. I'm Dungeon Master Jamie, and joining me tonight are the Spice Boys. First of all, let me introduce Clued as Rasha, Sai as Aku, Luke as Ascor, Lauren as Roman, and finally Erin as Hayden. Unfortunately, Eski won't be joining us as Zug, so best of luck to him. Hope he feels better soon.
He's dead.
Rest in peace.
Spoilers. He's not, but yeah. Before we begin, we have a few announcements, maybe, or none? I don't know. I should always ask this beforehand.
Well, you could just throw it to me and I'll just make up an announcement. It's fine.
Please make up an announcement.
Our current announcement is that we are doing an art giveaway. Ooh! As you guys will see down below, we are trying to reach 300 followers on our channel. So currently we're at 246. So if you could help us reach 300, once we hit 300, we are going to do a fabulous 2-for-1 giveaway where the winner of the giveaway will get their character drawn by not only the amazing Clued, but the Scrub Hero as well. So if you guys haven't seen our art streams before, Clued does amazing, very realistic portraits of characters. They are gorgeous and amazing and super detailed and beautiful. And I know she's gonna get really shy and humble about this, but she's amazing. And I drew these little dudes in the overlay, so you guys can.
No one with eyes is buying this, Aaron.
And you know how in the Olympics, it would look a lot better if you had an average person doing it alongside other people. I will also draw your character, so you can appreciate.
Really? Oh my god! Maybe
I might just be
maybe we should commission Spam to draw some of the characters.
I love Spam's artwork so much. She makes me so happy.
You can have my work next to Erin.
Jamie, we do have a 3-person art stream overlay ready to go. So
wonderful. Mine will be very quick.
There you go. You're signed up now.
Take as long.
So yeah, that's basically what's going on. Also, I do actually have a real announcement. As you guys may be aware, thanks to all of your love and support, we actually unlocked another emote slot, which we have not filled in yet because we've got 2 emote slots left to fill, we've got 1 emote slot available, but 2 characters that could go in there. So, because I hate making decisions, I've decided to throw it to you guys. So we're gonna run a Twitter poll, which I am going to totally put up right now. So I'll link it in the chat once it's up. But we would like you guys to vote whether the next D&D boy emote should be D&D boy Aku or D&D boy Roman. So I'll throw those up on Twitter and pop it in the chat, and we're gonna run the poll for a week. I think that's possible on Twitter. So we'll see the results next week, and we will put whichever one live for our next week's session. So please help us pick. We can't choose, so love you guys. Anyway, that's it. Back to you, Jamie.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So I think those will go up. Is it a Twitter poll or we're polling in the chat?
It'll be a Twitter poll. So it has time to live because Twitch chat will just scroll and it'll be gone. So
fair enough. Thank you very much. Okay, awesome. So, as a reminder, last week you guys dealt with the fact that Hayden had unattuned from the Wand of Orcus, discussed your next route, discussed the fact that seemingly Aku was aware of Ghost's position, and what potentially that meant for where you were going, what Ghost's plan could potentially be, and as you began making your way, you camped, and whilst camped... Pardon?
Make my way.
Sorry.
You were ambushed.
I just about stopped myself.
You were ambushed. Hayden was knocked to the ground immediately by a bolt from the dark, as this assassin just missed Roman, which was lucky because Roman was able to wake the others. However, not before Ascor received a disintegration spell straight to the face. After a battle where you just about got the best of them before they managed to cast Meteor Swarm on you, you have killed one of these members after Zug was returned from a maze and very angrily took it out on the wrong person, executing the assassin. However, the magic user is still alive, is unconscious but stable, and is tied up on his person. You guys found a decent amount of gold for them, 1 or 2 items, as well as a letter bearing Ascor's a language with hidden lettering on it, bearing Ascor's family seal, as well as a message indicating that these two, their names, Krantz and Ionia Knerden, they had accepted the payment of 200,000 gold to remove Ascor, and it was from the desk of Cecil Fortemp, personal assistant, and was signed by Siegfried Trogdo Helmut Lagarde von Galverdane. I hate you, Luke. Who you guys didn't actually discuss who that was, although it is obviously a member of Ascor's family. So, D&D Boyband, I will you zone back in. It's the early hours of the morning. Some of you are feeling significantly worse than others. The wild magic surges have kind of died down. You also skipped 3 days as to the wild magic surge.
So we have one dead guy, one guy we've just performed dental surgery on, is that right?
Yes, you've taken out the poison from him and you've got that little capsule, and also you found the deadly poison on the assassin.
Okay, and I think our objective last week was we were going to try and prepare like a zone of truth and speak with dead and all that when we sleep so we can interrogate. Was that? Yes. I think that was plan? Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're all going to continue your long rest with, I think, Roman watching this person, is that your plan? Cool. Is there anyone who wants to talk to each other before you go to sleep and wake up the next day?
I can't remember if I did this last week, but I would like to insight check Mr. Ascor, see how he's doing.
Okay.
I guess as we go to bed. It's not so good though. That's 18 total.
What kind of? I mean, Ascor's are pretty good at hiding how he feels, pushing it down there. What do you? I mean, I'll leave it up to you, Luke. What do you think 18 would reveal about Ascor's demeanor?
What are you looking for?
How distressed does Ascor seem, given the knowledge that a family member has attempted to sick some assassins on him? Because there was some denial coming through last week, but I don't remember if we could tell if that was just Ascor being Ascor or...
Yeah, he's probably just in his tent by himself, and you can see his lantern, a bit of a silhouette, and he's clearly just folding clothes, but folding them and then refolding them, and that wasn't good enough, so he's refolding them. So he's probably not doing too great with the knowledge, although there's not been great news in that area of his life a lot recently. But yeah, he's frustrated and trying to take his mind off it.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Okay. No one wants to talk to each other. Oh, sorry. Hayden.
I'm looking still a little bit shaken after nearly losing my life to a shot out of the dark. Still a little bit bloody from the crossbow bolt that's now been removed. Who's going to be doing the next watch? I think I need to sleep.
Rasha inexplicably on 1 HP after the wild magic surge. Probably groans slightly. I would say me, but I really don't think I can.
Don't worry about it. You all should get some rest. I was untouched during that encounter, so I should be able to do the watch.
Okay. Rasha, I don't know how to say this without it sounding weird. Could I stay in your tent?
What is weird about that? What is weird about you wanting to sleep with me?
I don't want to sleep with you, but nearby, just in case.
You're not Aku.
Well, he turns really bright red, and he's like, "No, I just, I've had too many close calls with death, okay, and I would just feel better, and also because of the wand, I wasn't able to sleep near anyone, and now that I, not keeping you guys awake with like bad vibes, it would be nice to have someone watching my back when I sleep, or at least be nearby and stuff. So
yeah, if you think that sleeping with me would help you feel better about things, then I'm really happy to yeah.
Roman switches into Undercommon, and he looks at Rasha and he says, Rasha, I should let you know before you continue to torment poor Hayden, sleep with in, and he says that in common, refers to the act of, and in Undercommon, sleeping with someone.
Rasha stares at him and his mouth falls open, and he turns to Hayden. You can sleep in my tent. I really, the particle bits, it is so hard. I do really. This didn't happen.
Okay,
and he turns away really quickly and walks to his tent.
I was actually, waiting there for a second to see if Russia knew what it even meant in Undercommon.
Of course he does. He's a grown lad.
He's made it to 20 years of age.
Yeah.
He's
questionable.
Really though? Has he made it?
Well, whether or not he knows how it works is another matter entirely. But they didn't have sex ed in the Underdark.
So he's not being consecuted.
He's absolutely not been consecuted.
So Hayden, fighting down the blush, follows Russia to his tent to roll out his bedroll next to him, not.
Too many metaphors. No, I'm not listening.
Yeah, as Hayden gets in the tent, Rasha is probably making sure to rotate one of them, so we're foot and head, and
top to toe.
Top to tail.
No homo here.
Yeah.
Except it's probably the gayest tent in the entire camp. So
yeah.
just two homosexuals hanging out.
Just two homosexuals hanging out in the same tent. What's that trope? There was only one bed in the hotel room.
There was only one bedroll. We can move
anyway,
on.
Rasha probably spends half the night staring at the top of the tent before eventually 1 HP sleep claims him.
Yeah, Hayden goes to sleep pretty quickly.
Right. As a reminder, in case you've forgotten, you did find 2 sending stones on the people as well last. If that is any relevance. However, could the Roman, if you're watching, a general perception check.
A general perception. So this 8 plus 5 is 13.
13. Not much stirs in the night. As you kind of look around, the winds of magic slowly begin to separate and fade, and you feel a lot better. You do occasionally kind of see the guy stirring, and your experience in watch and torture and everything, you kind of crack him over the head a couple of times. Not enough to kill him, but definitely he remains out, although it's quite an arduous task, and you maybe don't notice too much around you as you're very much focused on keeping this person from waking up. However, nothing else attacks the camp during the night, and as you all kind of slowly move around, Ascor feeling burnt and like bruises all over you from where that spell hit you. Rasha, a decent amount of life and vitality returning to you, but still feeling as though the ground wants to suck you down. Hayden, that kind of poison and wound still firing in your veins, but gradually throughout the night, you continue to feel better. Every magic in D&D, you're all restored to full health. And a good night's sleep cures all wounds. As you wake up the next day, Roman is still pacing around, keeping the eyes on this prisoner, the drow, and the rest of you wake up.
If you wake up early enough and this guy is trying to I don't know, spit his gag out or move his hands, you just see Roman just turn to him and just proper World Cup style free kick him just in the face.
So, I guess when Rasha comes out the tent, he'll turn to Roman with a, did he try to run away in the night?
He may have, but he didn't get very far.
Oh. Good job then. I've changed some of my spells for the day, so if you want to ask him about himself, then we can do that. And also same to the dead one. We can speak to him a little as well.
Oh, curious. Very useful skill you have there, Rasha.
A little bit spooky, but I don't know. Gib says
Spooky-
it's fine.
Spooky is cool.
If Geb says it is fine to speak to the dead, then I guess it is fine. He also says it is fine to make zombies, so I could do that as well.
Well, we'll see if that is necessary. Perhaps it is best to wait till Ascor wakes up. He may have more pertinent questions involving the hostage.
Yes, let us wait for him.
How did you sleep? Do you feel better?
You know, it is really amazing how we can have like our limbs falling off in the night time and then we just sleep for a few hours and everything is fine.
The god's power still does reach us in the strangest of ways.
Only in the night time when we are asleep. Yeah.
Praise Gab.
Praise
Good
God.
morning, Hayden.
Oh, good morning, Roman.
How are you feeling? You were something worse for wear
Um,
yesterday.
Yeah,
Happy with you.
well, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. That was a bit, scary. I know that usually I'm the one kind of skulking about the shadows and, like, firing off arrows at unsuspecting people, but, it's a whole different thing when it happens to you, so, that was a little bit terrifying. I genuinely thought I was about to meet my maker, but...
Well, the good news is we're in for good torturing today, so that should up your spirits a little, maybe?
Yeah, torture, that's great. I'll make myself busy by patrolling the camp for. I'll make sure you guys don't get disturbed. That's a good idea. No torture.
What is a good torturing? Like, is there a bad one? How do you know it is a good torturing?
When you are able to reveal the truth of a murky situation and get to the core of how to serve justice out, I suppose.
I feel like this is a job for Aku. He is kind of good at this sort of thing.
He seems rather handy with a knife.
Right, and I mean, I guess we have those. He looks around on the ground for the dental pliers and looks awkwardly at them. Yeah, those things anyway.
Who is it that took the tooth out last night? Was it Hayden?
It was
Yeah.
Aiden, yeah.
If Hayden's kind of like wandered away a bit, green around the gills, everyone was like leans into Rashi's like, yes, perhaps leaving the tooth removals to Aku, myself, anyone a little more experienced. I feel Hayden maybe not so talented in dentistry.
He seems kind of okay at like bandages. Maybe we will teach him about the teeth. Where is Aku at the moment? Is he up?
Doing press ups, yeah.
One armed.
He's probably up, closest to the nearest like vegetation or what could possibly be described as vegetation, I guess. Are there any trees, bushes, plants,
An aubergine.
rocks? Yeah, fridge full of like food, baby, like vegetables.
Oh, well, he's just Asco you're waiting for. You seemed a little shaken by last night.
Understandable.
You guys, you're not in your tent. You're outside of your tent, like around the sort of camp.
Yeah.
It's probably not long after that. There's sort of Ascor's, the flaps of his tent burst open, and out marches Ascor, looking very sprightly. And he's not wearing his coat; he's just wearing his sort of undershirt. So it's a white shirt with the ruff and with the ruff of the collars as well. But he's wearing his trousers and his boots and everything. And he sort of marches out, sort of wiping his face down with a rag, throws it to the floor, and goes, "Well, let's seize the day."
You seem cheerful.
Well, we've just got things to do today, and one of them is get the truth. It's been on my mind.
Oh, I mean, from your perspective, what is this about, do you think?
Mr. DM.
Yes. Hello.
The contents of that letter,
Yes.
can we have that again? Can you
Yes.
shoot that to us? Or
So I'll read it and then I'll
Yeah.
post it in the chat. So to Klonst and Aenir Knerden, thank you for your acceptance of the mission and the payment of 200,000 gold. Ascor is to be removed from consideration and this ignominy shall end. Please find various items to aid you in your mission. Cecil Fortemp, personal assistant. Yours masterfully, Siegfried Trigado Helmet Legard von Galverdane, Vice President Halbard Siege Systems, CEO of Flanax Fortifications, High Designer of Bulwark Masonry, Humble Servant of the City, and Bahamut.
Thank you. Well, obviously, there's some misinformation moving around the lands. Forgeries, perhaps, but there's only one way to tell. We're going to pull some fingernails.
And teeth.
That or use some magic, but magic is very fraught, am I right?
You hear some faint gagging from behind one of the tents nearby.
Certainly, fingernails is the most cost-effective in terms of energy to result. Toenails.
Yes, and of course, there's the pitfalls of using magic out here. This place is horrible.
And Roman looks down at his clothes, which don't quite fit him anymore, as he's grown 6 inches taller since yesterday.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
forgot he's tall now.
Yeah. Yes. We should also, speaking of the wild magic effects around here, bear in mind our timescales. Appears we've lost several days. Or would we know that?
You saw like the sky shift, go down 3 times.
Which is concerning given Hayden's predicament right now. Whatever we have to achieve this morning, let us do it swiftly. I do have a bag, so we can do a sort of waterboarding as well if we need to. Could speed things up.
Right.
Can we spare the water?
If I'm... Well, actually, I wouldn't know that you guys could do create food and water or whatever, so...
It was absolutely costed create food and water.
Well, maybe not... Oh, yeah, I guess maybe while we've been traveling. Well, I don't think that we will be short of that with...
You've also got
Aqua
an alchemy jug, right? I think you do have an alchemy jug.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Which has
Yeah.
unlimited
That's
water.
by mayonnaise.
Oh, my
At this
man's
point,
getting
Zug just
drowned
walks
in
out.
this.
What are we talking about? Eating mayonnaise from the alchemy jug.
Yes, another good torture technique.
Waterboarding, but we're nowhere near a beach.
Alright,
Stuff's
Grandad.
up.
Hang 10, dude.
You have some questions for our hostage, I imagine, Ascor.
Who is the person who sent this letter?
Well, it's not really them, but this would be my father, or his secretary.
To clarify, it's your older brother. Siegfried is
My
your
older
is your
brother.
older brother. Your father is Heinrich.
Ah, Heinrich, of course. Genau, natürlich.
Heinrich Pierre Helmut Lagarde von Galverdane. This is Siegfried.
Hey. Well, this is my brother, and frankly, he's much better at playing practical jokes than this.
This is a pretty bad joke if it is a joke.
Yes, you all nearly died, so
You are nearly
Hilarious.
obliterated from existence.
Yes, I'm well aware, of course. You don't have to remind me. But it just seems silly that somebody in my family would write their name on a letter like that. Surely they would. At least an alias.
well, let's find out, shall we?
Has Ascor read the contents out to us?
I believe it was read out, yes.
Okay.
Because it needed to be dispelled magic and then was read out to the group.
I don't know, this is my bad common, but Ascor must be removed from consideration. Consideration for what exactly? Do I misunderstand the phrase here, or what are they talking about?
Well, in business, it would mean to fire somebody.
Rowan opens his mouth and then just doesn't.
Alright. Okay, well, let's torture this man.
So are you starting with the Speak with Dead, or are you starting with the one you have alive captured?
I assume if we're torturing the man, we're doing the alive one, right?
I mean, we don't necessarily need the spell for that, eh? Oh, well, I guess Zone of Truth.
I'm a hit up a Zone of Truth, yeah. Let me just check. My DC is 17. And it is a charisma saving throw.
Right, cool. So he's going to make a charisma save. He is
I
obviously
know
going
if he fails, I believe.
He does fail.
He does fail?
Yep.
Okay, cool, yeah. So Rasha's going to draw out the symbol of Geb underneath this guy in kind of gold tracings and create this little circular cylindrical barrier and invite people in. And yeah, when he's convinced the guy is under the effects, he'll say, yeah, so I think he will tell the truth, so now it is just making him speak, I guess.
And DM, I would also be casting Detect Thoughts on him as well.
Okay. Are you just doing surface level at the moment, or?
No, I'm going to delve.
Right, cool.
I think it actually mentions something about the nature of an interrogation.
Yeah, so you can use your questions to shape the thoughts, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So, all right, I'll probably try delve a wee bit, and actually a wee bit of delving.
Okay. At the moment, it's blank. He's unconscious.
Okay, Roman will get the guy sitting upright and
I rolled a natural one, so he failed.
Are you
Wake him up.
guys stepping in, by the way? Because I think you can opt to either fail the save voluntarily or not. Try and resist it.
yeah, if Roman's getting the guy awake, he'll step in and he just fails to save.
Mm-hmm.
I will resist it, of course.
Roll a charisma save, please.
How dare you? Okay. So that would be something along the lines of +10. Come on, don't you fuck this one up. It's a natural 1 for an 11.
Excellent. Good.
Okay.
Wait. Do we have Aku as our stabby man?
Yeah, yes, he can get out. So, as you go to I assume the overall preparations are ready. As you go to kind of get him up and breaking him apart, his eyes snap open. Ascor at this point, his mind becomes a whirling tornado of what is going on. It's almost trying to run out to catch himself. He's obviously been knocked out a couple of times. He very quickly, it's quite crystallizing into what the hell is going on, and you see him fear, worry, panic, all of these things come to his mind, and immediately starts going to escape routes. You feel him begin to flex again. You can all see him flex against his bindings. His mind settles on an idea, and he begins uttering an incantation.
I could cut out your tongue and we could receive your answers telepathically if you would prefer that.
As he mutters the incantation, is anyone stopping him or doing anything?
I will stop him.
Askell with detect thoughts,
instantly.
I will let you know he is casting Dimension Door.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah,
As it is verbal only.
probably just to cover his mouth again.
I'm not sure if that stops it.
Can I put my hand
Okay.
in his mouth and grab his tongue?
Ooh.
That would stop it.
Yeah. As I say, you're a magic user. You stick your hand on his mouth.
If you want to keep this, it would be in your interests to cease casting.
Hot.
Can I do some intimidation on that? I don't have high charisma, but
Yeah, go for it.
I'm 6 foot taller, 6 inches taller than I was yesterday, so I'm feeling myself.
He's feeling his oats. His enlarged oats.
That's a big fat +0. Okay. F it. Let's just try and be scary. Oh, that's a 16. That's all right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Did you? Given everything, probably I will give you advantage on that if you didn't already claim it.
Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I'll roll again. I can't see doing better than a 16. A 2.
No, okay. Askell, he's pretty worried about the whole situation. Although there's a level of professional integrity and acceptance here, and he doesn't seem particularly more scared of what's just happened. But you kind of seizing, and he goes to bite you, Roman. So I'm gonna roll an attack roll for that. Natural 20.
Does he have extra attack?
That was a good one. I will do that. That's 6 points of damage, Roman, as he properly bites down. You feel a couple of your skins begin to go, blood just pours all through his mouth. You're not coming through.
Sorry, I keep muting myself so I don't heavy breathe through the microphone. No, actually, I'm glad I was muted because that would have been a stupid use of chronal shift, so I'm not going to rewind time to stop him biting me.
Okay.
I'll take the damage.
Okay. Do you let go? I assume not.
No.
No. Okay. You can't have to stand up. I'm not gonna say he does significantly more damage than that for a little while, but you guys see that there is now blood trickling down into his mouth and a little bit on Roman's arm. What are the rest of you doing?
Are you? I cannot say your name's Kronst or the other one. Which?
You would have heard him calling the other one Krons. He's Ionia.
Right. Do you like the person you are with?
Askell, I'd say with Detect Torch, you get the sense that yes, he did.
A lot?
Wait,
Yeah.
were they boyfriends?
Well, they have the same last name, so
They're married.
They're husbands.
Oh no, we killed his husband, guys.
But I have
They're
Ray's
husbands.
dad, so
It's fine, he's going to join him soon.
He really is.
well, if you liked him, then if you are really cooperative, then you can be friends again. You will live together. It will be fine. Just tell us the truth.
At this point, stops biting. Is probably aware of Detect Thoughts, and is thinking at Askell as much as he can. It's the idea of it's almost like he's now negotiation is more preferable to just fighting and dying. So it's still got hold of your tongue, obviously, and is shaping thoughts based on these questions rather than communicating directly with words. But if any of you wanted to talk telepathically to him, actually, you could. So he's not biting anymore, but you've still got his hand and he's kind of gagging a little bit still.
Well, let's start pulling nails, hey?
Or just like that. And do you want a special tool for it? Do you need any? I can make you a thing to pull nails better.
I think the teeth pliers should do just fantastically.
Or if you have any bamboo skewers, they work remarkably well too.
A bamboo skewer. Why would I have a bamboo skewer?
Are you going to cook him?
Make things?
What's wrong with you guys?
I mean, something like this would be just fine, and Aku just pulls out a very thin metal piece of what looks to be a skewer, but with sort of little engravings in it. Maybe potentially as if it's to left fingernails, but you're not sure.
Oh, she.
Oh, that is pretty good. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty fit for purpose, actually. Okay, well, be helpful, please, Mr. Captive.
He
Here,
still can't talk.
give this to me. And Ascor is. Does someone give it to him? The fingernail plunger.
Aku kind of looks longingly at the fingernails and at the fingernail remover and moves over.
Ascor takes it and stops for a second, and then looks back at Aku and goes, "No," and he passes it back to you and says, "I think."
What a sweet moment. How
Heartwarming.
Binding
Aku
over
and
torture.
Ascor have finally, like...
I think in your line of work. Never mind. I think you know what you're doing.
Do you have a
Let's
question
start with
for him?
the left hand. And actually, Ascor then turns to the prisoner and says, "Are you left-handed or right-handed? Do I get anything from?"
left-handed.
Oh, he's a left-handed individual. We'll start with the right.
How generous of you.
As Aku
Well-
kind of like moves forward, you kind of like look at his mouth, and his mouth is kind of like twitching upwards a bit, like almost like a smile. I don't really know if you could tell at this point.
Lawful evil
Yeah.
campaign.
Usually, not to ruin the excitement of this all, we would ask a question while preparing, so they can mull it over
was just
and
running
decide
part,
whether
sorry.
they choose to answer, and if we have to go further.
Oh, really? Is that how you do that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the longer they have to consider whether they want to answer the question, it's usually the most effective way.
That is quite logical.
Okay, so let's just start. What's the name of this character again? Ionia, was it?
Iron A, yeah.
Iron Man?
Iron Man. Tony Stark.
Tony. His name is Tony.
No, we're not
Okay, cool.
torturing Tony.
Leave Tony
Mate,
alone.
I would torch Tony Stark in a hot sec.
I imagine he's not going to feel so good in a moment.
Yeah. Ioneer. Can I call you Ion or Near? Ion's probably best.
Bit of a one-sided interrogation, this right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. You
DM
get like
appears to
there
have
is
fled the
there is
scene.
quite a bit of anger in the discussion of nicknames. A flashing of maybe somebody else called him that once.
Oh no,
No,
we
his
actually killed his husband.
We're the worst.
Who murder husbands? Oh,
Um,
man.
Given, actually, maybe my passive wisdom is super low, so would I have to make a check to see if I understood, like, the implications of that, or is that just something Ascor gets from
Just
his
Ascor's getting
lovely-
this. No
Right,
one
right,
else
right, right,
is
right. Okay,
getting
okay,
these.
okay.
So like this guy's giving no real indication. His face is pretty blank, other than like biting into you. But Ascor's getting all this information from detect thoughts.
What kind of read did I get on his face, though, when I asked him if he liked the other guy earlier?
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
A pog. Okay, that's 14 plus 9, is it? 23?
23. Yeah, it's pretty. He did.
Yeah, is that
Asshole
a
probably
winky face?
But did he like him or like him?
There is sadness. That's what you get with the 23. It's not everything, but he's definitely.
Okay, so it's somewhere between brother and husband.
Wait, can I do a perception check? Is he wearing a wedding ring on his left hand?
For it.
Doing it.
They're drow, right? What are
Yeah.
drow wedding band customs?
No. Perception.
They're Lolthdrow, so you would know.
I would
16.
know.
Yeah, he's wearing this. I'll put it in.
Oh,
It's a-
no.
Glass ring with a crystal spider on top.
Definitely married. Move on. We got this.
Can I raise dead his husband? I feel quite bad.
If you get this, then you can totally leverage that, right?
Hey, I mean, we lost our last drow assassin, so why don't we just adopt 2 new ones, right?
Oh, that's true. This is the same circumstance we adopted our first one under.
Yeah.
Tried to kill us, killed his friends.
Tortured him.
Stockholm
Yes, it is.
syndrome.
Became best friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
And killed him again.
Too soon, Aaron.
So,
Sorry.
so what did you ask him?
Me.
What, Aaron? Yeah, what did you ask him other than can I call you near?
I think Askell probably would have said, "Oh, what's that?" As in pretending as if as if he's speaking back to him telepathically, and be like, "Arachna fuckboy. That's perfect. We'll go with that. It suits you. Is that a family name? Of course it is."
Visions of your death flashing through his mind of all the things he do. He got his hands on you. You see anger flashes at a disintegration that clearly should have finished you, and there is a frustration underneath. He said you weren't this strong.
So he said what?
He said you weren't this strong. There's an obvious,
Askell's,
sorry.
Askell's probably going to ignore that statement and just say, "There'll be plenty of time for demises later. I'm afraid it'll be exclusively your own. But we can make this certainly less painful, and we don't have to desecrate the body of your husband. We don't have to. So I would suggest complying, but let's let the fingernails do the talking."
Wait, husband?
Unless you want to do the talking before the fingernails come off, in which case we are open to that as well.
I could also, just bring him back to life if you want to go off and, maybe not murder us, but murder somebody else another day. I guess that's an option.
And then, Roman has his hand in his mouth. He is not talking to any of you. He has thoughts that Askell is kind of playing through, but none of you have communicated, asked, offered him anything, allowed him to respond.
James, zone of truth. Does he have to, when he's communicating mentally, does it have to be a truthful mental communication?
No, it's speak. It is specifically the action of speaking truths. He can think untruths.
Guys, he is just going to think all kinds of things, I think, if we don't let him try and speak. So, maybe we can just stop him from casting things if we are paying attention. And
Yes. Roman looks down at the guy. Does the guy look up at him and with his hand in his mouth?
Yeah, I'd say Roman specifically has his attention if Askell isn't speaking.
Roman, with his other hand, will cross some of his runes and do some of his timey-wimey shit. I have prepared, and you'll be aware of this because you know spells, a counter spell. Should you choose to try and escape again, I shall use this, and then we will probably just take off all your fingernails and remove all of your teeth. And at that point, we can start renegotiating. Does that nod once if you're okay with that?
You nod slowly. Bear in mind, this guy's pretty old for a drow, quite short hair, face heavily scarred, body covered, as I said, in kind of these various spider webs and tattoos. Still quite built for his age, though, and face dead set, very focused, still pointy like an elf. He nods very slowly at this.
And if you do try anything, I will send you to a place even Lolth's spidery fingers will never be able to get hold of your soul. You guys probably see a little bit of ghost coming through in his smile when he says that. And then he sort of blinks and is like, "Glad we're on the same page," and removes his hand from his mouth, but has his counterspell ready to go.
Cool. Okay.
And let the questions begin. So, who sent you?
Have you taken his hand out of his mouth?
Yes.
Looks up at you, still see the anger. Looks around, like you can see him kind of moving it up. You found the letter, didn't you?
I want to hear you say it.
We accepted the job like any other.
And where did you find the letter?
We were given the letter.
By who?
Not the person who commit. Well, like soft six. The person in the letter is the one who commissioned the job. I'm not willing to divulge who my contacts are.
Yeah, is this like agency
Sorry.
work?
Oh, hold on, Rashar. It sounded a lot like your left pinky fingernail was feeling a little loose.
I'm no stranger to pain.
Then welcome home.
God.
Very smooth,
Aku?
like, I'm frightened.
Aku, you know where to begin.
Aku very, very, very slowly starts pushing the skewer like
Oh.
underneath his little fingernail.
Um,
To the point where like it's quite painful to watch just because of how slow he's doing it. And at the same time, he's just staring at him. And yeah, he's not gonna say anything verbally, but gonna
As he
very,
kind of, like,
very
looks at you.
slowly start lifting.
As his face like squishes a little bit, he goes, Sylvanas. Not Lovitar.
His
Uh,
face doesn't change.
Do you know who that is, or do you need a religion check?
No idea.
Okay, you can all make. Anyone who would know an education would make a religion check. I
Who
know.
knows?
Clue knows intimately.
Clue knows. Don't say intimately in this
No, that's-
context, please.
I was 17.
17.
It's the fifth time.
Cool. 15. So those of you who with, oh sorry, Hayden, are you rolling as well?
Absolutely not. I don't
Okay.
study
So
religion.
Doug doesn't know either. So those of you with kind of an education in any of the kind of prime deities, you will know that one of the Strife Emperor's kind of most prominent servants and demigods who work underneath them is an entity known as Lovitar, who is also the Maiden of Pain and the Willing Whip. The Queen, kind of the god of, to an extent, agony, and teaches us that pain is the most powerful and sacred sensation. And should our pain delight her, we embrace such a gift. This isn't a follower of Lovitar, but he just accused you of being one.
And that's aligned to betrayer god stuff, right?
That's
Yeah,
Bane's
absolutely.
girlfriend,
Yeah,
right?
Strife Emperor
Emperor's
is one of the
Bane.
betrayer gods.
Yeah.
Right. Roma just narrows his eyes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make him roll a wisdom saving throw for the. It's gonna be quite low because it's 1, but he's still gonna roll it. Okay. Yeah, just kind of winces into it and just doesn't seem too affected. Are we here for child's play or to negotiate?
Well, Aku here is actually here to torture you, which he's off to a great start. Negotiating would imply that you're in a position of power, which I suppose, in the smallest sense of
No.
you are.
And could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Say again.
Wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay, what
That
did
is
he
a
say?
spell. He's commanding.
Well,
All
I
right.
had a counter spell ready.
That's fine. You can counter spell. So as you kind of do it, the spell flops out of existence, and he just kind of looks frustrated.
We can do that a lot. We can do so many of those. Like, you guys tried to run a lot yesterday, I think. I could not really see, but I had lots of the countering magic. So maybe just, hang out with us here a bit. and like I said, be helpful, and then you can have your person back, and keep your fingers.
If pain isn't a motivator, perhaps more positive emotions will be. And if you do agree to cooperate with us, Russia here can bring you back in touch with your partner.
Yeah, I'm really good at that, actually. Lots of diamonds and things, so yeah.
What do you want to know?
You work for some kind of organization, I can tell by your matching tattoos. Which is the organization that you work for?
We are hired by many different groups. This one simply required us to have this tattoo while we worked for them.
And is this the group who has commissioned you for this job?
No.
Yeah. Understood.
So who is your agency then? Like what? I don't know. Killing People Guild sent you on this one.
Specifically for this job.
We were commissioned by a lady named Madame Musk.
Oh, write that down, boys.
From Asarius.
Asarius? Curious. Not from Imon.
That is where she is based. I did not know where she got her commission from.
Understood.
What is Asaria? What is Asarius?
It is a city not too far from Brasona.
It's the side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, Askell, you get images of a hooded figure sitting in a chair surrounded by various potions, and there's kind of the vague outline of like a dragon-like snout kind of poking out from under the hood, with kind of like scaled red hands sitting on a chair.
So there was a red snout beneath the hood.
And scaled red hands sitting on a chair, and then a cloaked figure. You would probably just have infer Dragonborn, but you can't really tell.
Is the person seen particularly short? Or...
They're sitting down. They don't look particularly short, no.
Is she just like I don't know, is she like from a gang or something? Like
Is she hot though?
That's a good question.
I didn't ask that in character.
Master.
I'm still like examining somewhere else.
Okay.
What do you mean it wasn't in character? Caden is the thirstiest one out of us all. Of course, that's what he wants to know.
He is the thirstiest one of them all, but he's also like the biggest wimp. So as soon as he saw one of those fingernails ping off, he's like, well, "I'm gonna patrol, guys. See ya." And he's left. He's not there. But someone's got to ask it for me.
Is she just like by herself, or I don't know? How do you know this woman? Is she like, what gang is she from?
I don't know who she works for. She is one of the contacts we used to go to receive contracts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you used to go to her. So where's her lair?
Asarius.
You
Where
could
in
be more
Saria?
specific. Asarius is a big township.
Sorry, where did I put it? Yep. She runs a potion shop in Asarius. Sorry, I'm trying to find the name. Sorry, it's clear. It's called the Four Corners.
Would Roman be familiar with that?
Doubt full. I don't think Roman would have gone to Asarius much, and it's not a name that even the places you would have gone to, he would have. Yeah, no.
How long did you have to complete this job? Like, how long before they will know you are really missing?
We checked in weekly. It has been 2 days since we did.
And how often do you check in?
Weekly.
Like, he's not so good at the hearing. I think he talks too loud, so he is breaking his own ears. Wait, so 2 days ago, but then 3 days have just passed, so we are on like day 5. I think.
What do you mean?
You are like dead when it happened. Yeah, the sun rose and set like 3 times.
Wild magic, Sarge.
Then it's 5 days.
Okay.
And both of those sending stones go back to this person in Lasarius.
One does.
And the other?
The contract giver.
Whomst identity you
The
are
one
not aware
with
of.
the long name.
Asgore, it would seem that this stone refers back. Did Asgore say out loud that that was his brother? Sorry. Yeah. The stone perhaps calls back to your brother.
Interesting. Have you had much conversation?
No, we were told to report once the job was done, using the other one to check in regularly. We were told not to bother.
So the check-ins to the Madame Husk.
Musk.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Common is hard. And then, okay, when it is done, we speak to Asco's brother. Okay.
I'm curious. Once you had completed your mission, reported back to the long-named man in Imorn, what were your plans? What were you to do next?
Retire.
Right. It is 200,000 gold. Where would you have been getting that? Where is the money going to go? Because I see a world in which we could probably get that. You know?
Are you all offering to murder him?
We have contemplated turning him in before, so I suppose we could. But I'm suggesting that we fake kill him. You know. When you speak to your people in the Sending Stone, is there like a password that you are using? How do they know it is you for sure?
There is no password. It's a sending stone that I possess.
I guess insight checking is not a thing, because he's in a zone of truth.
Yeah.
And in the conditions of your contract, how were you to confirm with your employer that the job had been complete? Were you to bring a body part, some sort
No
of
body
emblem?
part to remain.
So how would they know?
We have methods of verifying that someone either no longer exists or no longer exists on this plane.
Such
Various
as?
spells.
Yeah, I could do it. But a lot of it is divining, and there are ways to protect you from it. But then I think even if they were really well protected, I could just always ask Gabe if somebody was alive or not, you know.
We were given the scroll under the understanding that nothing would be left.
Certainly makes sense.
At this point, Hayden like slides back into the group. Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear when I was over there and there wasn't any fingernail stuff happening here. Anyway, did you say you've got a way of confirming if he's not on this plane? Is that correct?
Certain spells can be cast to ascertain the vitality of another.
So, what you're saying is if Asgore was not on this plane, you would get a payout of 200,000 gold.
If all of the methods they would use to verify came back. Sure. But it would be against our word.
I mean, I'm not worried about your word, but like...
You don't have a contract.
Does your word mean a lot
Your
to
word
you?
doesn't matter so much if you're going to retire. I mean, surely that's why you have a word, is your reputation. You no longer need your reputation.
He's got a good point. You don't need job references.
Spoken
Right,
like
actually.
somebody whose family kill each other.
Oh, that is quite a low blow.
He's not wrong, actually, though.
Yeah.
I missed it. What did he say?
Spoken like someone whose families kill each other.
There are certainly ways, and Roman still kind of ready to listen and react with a counterspell if he needs to, but like kind of gestures to the rest of the group. There are ways to protect an individual from prying, arcane eyes, auguries, scrying, divinations, things like that. Feels like once we have dealt with the matter in hand, nods to Hayden, it would be pertinent to perhaps pursue such course of action for Asgore to avoid this exact situation occurring again, and perhaps would do our person here, who's like almost ready to say friend, but was like not quite the right word, some good.
They're easy to find. You've left a mark and a trail, and we were able to scry on this one. Like, nods at Asgore.
But, you know, if we keep stringing them along, like if we pretend to be you and we say, oh, you know, the Spice Boys are so strong, it is actually sort of hard. I will speak to you next week. We do that for another 2 weeks. By some time, and then
Allow
you
it to
know.
be part of the negotiation. You can return him to me, and I can let them know for some time that we haven't found you, or we are waiting to engage. That you are stronger than we thought. We saw you fight something, and we are waiting for you to be weak, but we are watching.
But if you say that, then they might send stronger assassins than you after us next. So maybe...
There are few stronger.
Oh, really? So we are just fighting the best assassins now. That is sort of cool.
If you...
And if there are few, can you name them?
No,
He looks very unimpressed.
it wasn't for this one's... Looking at Roman. Reaction. You all would be dead.
You'd have to wake up a lot earlier to get one past me.
But why do we need you to be alive to do this? Because we can probably just pretend to be you. I don't know, Asgore, you can do some good voices sometimes.
Look, I've got a drow queen. That's it. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
only one I can do. That and maybe like a farmer or something when I was a kid. But I don't know.
Yeah, the
Any more
Drow
than
Queen
that.
was really good, actually. A very convincing Lolth priestess.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, was it? It's all right.
It was good times. Okay, so maybe we do need him then.
What I am suggesting is we bring this chap here along with us and his partner, and until we have completed our objective, and we can find a way to protect Ascor from prying eyes, then there is no reason for you to hunt us anymore. You can go and claim your bounty, having said that the job is done, and you can retire and never see us again.
Telepathically, Roman, you hear in your head from Escort. With us, what if he waits for a moment when we're distracted or when we're weak? We can't keep an eye on him forever. His life needs to end here.
Roman replies, we have gotten the best of them once in incredibly dire circumstances. I do not see any situation where they will be able to get one upon us in our full view.
But what does that mean? Like, keeping them tired so they can't cast spells? Watching them 24/7? This one's tricky.
But
the other one's powerful.
Given what we are facing ahead of us, would it not be best to gain potential allies as well?
Sure, but I feel like... can't we just kill them and revive them later again?
I can't answer that for you. I do not know the limitations or that sort of magic. He says back to Ascor, of course I have not been traveling with you all very long, but I understand that you became friends with Nidan under similar circumstances. Is it so naive of me to think that we could be doing the right thing by going this route?
Look, Nidan's a weirdo. This guy's married. This guy's got things to do, places to be. He was going to retire, okay? He's not interested in coming on some kind of crazy adventure. We're not adventurers. There's some crazy adventure with us.
I don't anticipate that he would be tagging along in the long term, just for the time being, until the job is seen through. I mean, surely assisting us to complete the job is better than dying to us attempting to complete the job.
I get it. I just don't trust somebody who can both cast spells and pick a lock at the same time. It's weird. I don't know whether to look at his... It's like Hayden. I don't know whether to look at his hands or look at his mouth. I don't want to look at either.
Rude.
But in the same sense, you still trust him.
That's because he's our weirdo.
And I dropped out of a black hole from 1,000 realms away, and I'm here.
And you vomit
What's your
fish
point?
every so often, so you can't call me
well,
weird.
This is internal.
I'm shit talking us psionically.
we need like a tag for like, this is telepathic, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
You guys make perception checks.
Yes.
Deception.
Perception or deception?
Perception.
Perception. I'm better at that. That's fine. I can do that.
You're gonna notice if you've noticed that he's about to cast a spell.
Well, the rest of us are all watching the
I'm
guy as well,
still
right?
there. My
Do you
passive
guys,
perception is 21.
do you guys have counterspell?
I want
I'll
to use
No,
my
but I can
inspiration
say.
to reroll.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
So we're all just standing there in silence while they're having a mental chat.
Pretty much, which is why I'm now. You're all just kind of standing there looking at each other intently. If you want to say anything, go for it. But you two.
Oh, God.
I guess Rasha, feeling intensely awkward, would be trying to make small talk with the guy, where they're like, so how long did you know each other?
Stare at you and just be like, I'm not sure this is relevant.
No, me either.
Okay.
Isn't Aku just like there, ready with a fucking nail puncher?
Yep. So 2
As soon
perception
as my
checks.
guy stops speaking common and starts going, Gul Gazan.
Mine was a 14, and I have a
14,
+5. That's so depressing.
I came out with 19.
Okay, so he rolls a 15. So Askell, you
Natural
notice.
20.
Okay, so you both
And I just kick
notice.
him really
That's
hard in the
21.
bollocks.
Doesn't matter. This is a verbal only. If you want to roll a counter spell, if you want to roll it,
Nah, I
You
don't
just
know, man.
cast
I
it at
think
a
if you
higher
got
level,
kicked really hard in the bollocks, you're probably not gonna.
oh, what sorry? What's sorry, Rasha?
You can cast it at a higher level, no? The counterspell.
Yeah, he's cast. So he's casting a spell. He's probably
Yeah,
not
okay,
casting it at
counterspell at
base
fifth
level.
Could take his fingers off. He's doing the thing.
Still need to roll.
All right. So what's it? D20 plus my spell modi.
Yep.
Has he already successfully
Oops.
completed
That's wrong.
rolling his spell?
He has cast his spell for the sake of this, and he is going to also counterspell your
Okay,
counterspell.
so that's 9, which I spend a sorcery point to a reroll.
Oh fuck! Hold on.
New chronal shift counterspell rolls.
It's not a reaction. I'm pretty sure. As a
That's a
reaction.
natural 20 there.
Okay, so he is counterspelling yours.
Can I chronal? So he successfully cast his
He
original
successfully
spell.
cast his original spell, which is a seventh level dimension door, and he is casting
Man's got
counterspell
7.
at 6th level.
And did he succeed?
I'm going to say you can attempt to counterspell his counterspell. I won't let you cast the original spell. So it's a 6th level spell.
Why don't I just smack him while he's casting?
So
I
We
mean,
just take
it's verbal
a
only.
fingernail off.
Like,
you pronounce Wingardium Leviosa when you've got a fucking thing going up your fingernails. All I'm
So-
saying.
Wouldn't
Leviosa!
like literally wouldn't any attack on him like stop his like concentration?
Wouldn't Rasha
I
just be
don't
able to
know.
grab his tongue?
so
like
it's
if we're seeing
not.
it this
So
easily?
it's not concentration. There's no there are no rules for this. He needs to quickly mutter something, and that's all it takes to cast a spell. It doesn't take 6 seconds to cast a spell, right?
But it's verbal. We see it happening. We could presumably stop him from talking, right? With various measures.
Do you
it
think he'd
depends on
have
the
enough
definition of what you
time?
can do in a reaction.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
Rasha's
can you
there right
mutter-
next to him,
So
right?
yeah, but
I thought
think
Rash was like
think about
crouched down by him.
Yeah.
Like,
think about how quickly you can mutter something. Do you think you can stop him?
I mean, how long's
it's Rash's job.
the incantation for Dimension Door? We don't know, but
Yeah, it's how long?
Okay. I guess so. I think it's much of a muchness about chronal shift or counterspell for me. So I can cast chronal shift after we know whether the spell was successful or not, or the action or anything was whether the roll was successful, basically, which means that they re-roll it. But if he's rolling it at 6th level, obviously it's going to do in whatever level, ask or cast it at. I can only cast counterspell at a maximum of 4th level because I'm only a 7th level wizard.
you'd have to roll it anyway.
So I'd have to roll it anyway.
Yeah.
Which I'll do a counter spell as well.
I'm gonna work out what my ruling is for would you guys have a chance to grab his tongue? Because I feel like if any of you were in melee with somebody and as their reaction they grabbed your tongue to stop you casting.
I suppose the difference here is like the guy's prone, tied up. Someone's been
He can
holding
still
on to his tongue.
squirm away from you though, right?
Like being watched.
Well, I mean,
It's true.
yeah, I
But
mean,
any
obviously
quick
Roman was having a
movements
mental
and
conversation with him.
The
but-
nail goes from here to here.
But if he's
and-
used to being tortured, then
Yeah, perhaps if he can recite the Star Spangled Banner during that. then
he's a
it's
loth
great.
guy.
He
Like,
in that case, he
You
deserves
can
to
make
get
some
away.
con saves, bruh.
My guy deserves to get away if that's the case.
Well,
Yeah.
he's made a wisdom save against the torturing, but
I mean, all I can do is try the counter spell, and then so it needs to be 10 plus the spell's level, so I need to be a 17, right?
so reactions are so casting spell require an action to cast.
Or would it be a 6th level spell, so plus 6? Because I'm counter spelling the counter spell.
I'll make him roll a constitution. So I will make him roll so we'll do this first. For the first thing, I'll make him roll a grapple check against Rasha, and then a constitution check against the saving throw. So Rasha, you're going to try to grab his tongue. Could you
Yeah.
roll a athletics check for me?
Athletics. Okay. That's not bad. That's 13 plus athletics. 17.
17. Okay, he rolled a 2. So I will judge. We're going to remove all of that. None of that happened. He goes to start speaking an incantation. He also rolled like poorly on this thing. So as he goes, that Russia just slams, like rather than wrapping the tongue, you slam his jaw shut. Like you literally like, push it in, and like you see like bleed as he like bites his own tongue. And Aku as well. You grab up and you see his finger like go back in and ping off, and he starts like bleeding. And he squirms away from you a little bit. The first sign that he's shown pain, based on how it's gone so far. So we'll just re-roll that back. You guys were having your conversation. He like you try making small talk. He tries to cast a spell. We're here now.
That is disappointing.
I said I would bring your guy back if you behaved, so you have to behave. I will not do it if you're doing all this running away.
And just so
Yeah,
you know,
Zug, can you go around and be ready to just sock him one when he does that again?
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
just so you know, Dimension Door only takes you 500 feet away, so we would literally catch you in no time.
Just quickly checking, where is his husband's corpse at this precise moment?
Probably. I don't know what you guys would have done with it overnight. What would you have done with it?
Do you know, I'm thinking I'm going to go put his boyfriend's body in the, I don't know, somewhere. Hide it a bit. Because we have that, right? So if you want him back, then you have to be nice to us. Okay? Kind of
Well,
still holding the tongue.
as long as Zug's ready to rip that thing right out, then perfect. But Zug, don't rip it right out. Not quite.
Yeah, we need this. Gingerly, Rasha lets go of the tongue. Are we good? Do you understand?
Hurry up.
Great.
I say 10 minutes have passed, by the way. So both detect thoughts.
Do I need to recast Zone of Truth?
The truth, yeah.
Yeah, alright, I'll do another. You can remake the saving throw.
He's gonna remake the saving throw. Failed.
Failed? Cool. Alright, still good, guys.
Roman like hunkers down in, I guess, sort of like a Slav squat, like elbows on his knees, kind of looks at the guy. You know, I'm also under the effects of this spell, so you know that I'm not lying when I say there is a way out of this for both you and your partner if you choose to cooperate with us. And have you though?
I've told you what you've asked.
And you still tried to
Because I
leave,
don't
and
trust you.
Yes, I can't argue with that at all, actually.
But how can you not trust a man who can only speak the truth? Please explain.
I don't
In
know
fact,
this
don't.
spell.
There's
I
no
don't know how it
explanation.
works.
From behind a rock where Rasha is currently stuffing the body in his bag of holding. you hear it. Oh, if you're in there, you can only say true things. Yeah, Roman failed
fact-
it. You failed it. We are all being nice to each other now.
And now we can prove that. Go on. Say a lie.
Me.
Tell us that the sand is green.
Just as a
Sand.
clarification, is everyone in this zone of truth right now?
You would have to take said you stepped inside it. So
Oh, okay. I'm outside. That's fine.
the sand is fine. Fine. I still don't know if it affects all of you.
It does. You hear from behind the rock, followed by light curses. I don't know.
What more do you
Task
want?
isn't so easy.
You're gonna kill me. Get it over with.
Now you see, you've just been offered a proposition where you don't have to be.
I
killed.
asked what you wanted.
Better still. You're bad at this. What we want is we want to know who we're after, where to find them, if anybody else is coming after us. Roman, can you think of anything else?
I told you when I got the contract. I've told you how often they expect us to check in. And I've told you, as far as I know.
Yes,
There'll
and
be
now
at
you're
least one.
interrupting my conversation with Roman. Roman, can you think of anything else?
At least this one's not in your head.
The one question that I have left is, if we were to let you and your partner go free, would you continue to pursue us, or would you be willing to agree to lie low until we can figure this tricky matter out.
Why I said it could be part of the negotiations. You thought you didn't need me.
We are traveling to achieve something of a difficult errand of our own, and the extra firepower that you and your partner pack could be useful to us.
Look, what Roman's trying to say is, we'll double it.
We'll double it.
Think about it, Roman. If we get to the bottom of this and it is the hoax that it could be, or if we fix everything, then we're going to walk away with, well, let's just say the accounts will be flowing once again. Double it, honestly. It's fine.
Does Asko say that in the zone of truth?
Mm-hmm.
Rasha returns from behind the rock and is like, hang on, you're telling me you could have funded the Golden Forge this whole time? Why have I been collecting coppers?
Should charge him every time you heal him.
I tried
Look,
that
I don't
and he
have
never
access
paid.
to my accounts. Firstly, we're in the middle of goddamn nowhere. Beyond that, I don't want to draw attention by making withdrawals here. Like I said, we get to the bottom of this, everything's fine. The finances, well, the banquet at least will be more expensive than this payout, that's for sure.
Make a persuasion check.
Is that with 400,000 gold advantage?
No, because he hates you.
That's fair.
Relatable.
Welcome to the club. All right, Bosh. It's a dirty 20.
30-20. Fine. If I'm correct, we will aid you with this job. Ensure that whatever happens, we will keep Madam Musk from sending others for now. And you will pay us. And you will bring him back.
Right, so now it's just a logistics, like do we... Oh, you know, if we bring your guy back, is he going to stab us? I mean, do we do it now or closer to the job? Or
Perhaps you could ask Gabe nicely to inform him not to stab us before he lifts him from Loth's spider little hands.
Right, yes.
Maybe I could have
Okay.
a moment to explain our changed circumstances.
So
We would be considering this resurrection as something of a down payment, however. Is that acceptable to you?
Which is why I'm still talking.
Okay, so we do that now. You hang out with us. We go do this thing we are going to do. And then we go after this, well, there are lots of jobs we have to do. Hidden thing as well. Okay. Yeah, and then we get all the money.
How long do you think you can keep this dragonborn off her backs for?
There was no time limit, but it was specified that you not be allowed off this continent. So I suppose, so long as there's no indication of you being about to leave, and I do not believe they believe you have the capacity to move swiftly, we are allowed to take our time. Enjoy it.
But why, though? Do you know why?
Why somebody like him would be wanted dead? I've killed hundreds like him.
Yeah, I kind of get wanting to kill Asco, but Why not leave the continent or...
You know what? This is bogus. This whole zone of truth. Hundreds like me, there's nobody like me. That's a lie.
Really?
The
It's
basic.
It is to do with perception, so if he thinks that you are a normal guy, then you're going to have to take it up with him.
It's a shame we have to trust such warped perception in that case.
Okay, maybe then promise that you will do this thing with us. You will not stab us or anything on the way to or from our job. You will not stab us at all, actually. You are just not going to stab us.
Or
Ever.
cast any spells at us as well.
Yeah, no spells either.
No poison or arrows or any attempted murder, actually.
No fingernail plying, no ball stamping, nothing.
You are in the Spice Boys now. You are married Spice.
Roman leans into Russia. What spice am I?
Oh, but you do not have it old
Old Spice?
You are Old Spice.
It smells good. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like,
Ladies, look at your
leaves.
tiefling. Now back to me.
We need to redraw that commercial with Roman as the guy instead.
You agreed to never refer to me once as married Spice again. I promise whatever you want.
I'm on a moorbounder.
Can't believe this is how you meet our end.
You're not meeting your end. That is the whole point. You are going to retire with whatever geese you want on your farm, you know?
Oh, geese. I like geese. They're good.
Isn't that what you do? You get old and you get geese.
Yes, they're delicious, but think of this as one of the best things that's ever happened to you. You've come out on a job, your last job. You've had your fee doubled. You've had your life spared.
I
That's
struggle to see
great.
your perspective.
I can regenerate your fingernail if you want it.
It will
So
be
you don't
another-
even lose that.
It's fine. It can be a mark of the best day of my life.
Right.
Very good, ask.
You know, I'm surprised sarcasm works in this circle.
And I don't know why you're salty. This is your line of work. You've chosen this. I've not chosen this.
There's been enough stalling. I've made whatever deal you want. Bring him back.
We had the promise, yeah? Can we think of any T's and C's we want to apply to this in the zone?
I mean,
of
he
truth?
hasn't said it yet.
He hasn't, has he?
No.
You have not said things. We have said things at you.
What do you want me to say exactly?
Whatever your name is, you're not going to stab us,
Ionela.
betray us. Yeah, okay, so you're not going to betray us. I'm practicing for, like, marriages and priest things, right? You have to say it after me. You're not going to, stab us, betray us, cast spells at us that will harm us, run away from us, what else? You'll help us do this, I don't know, stringing along of the person. You'll cooperate and be friends with us. Or you don't have to be friends, but you'll hang out with us.
You will be.
You'll hang out with us until we are done with our jobs and we go and do the thing with Asko's family.
That was a lot.
Do I need to do it in shorter sections?
Maybe bullet points would help.
Oh yeah, okay. I will maybe write some scriptures next time and then read it out.
I accept this difference in job, renegating on the other. It is no longer our objective or our mission to remove this one. And we would aid you in what exactly is it you're doing?
helping you retire.
I'm going to need something more specific than that, I think.
Oh, it is such a long story. I would say make yourself comfortable, but we have just taken your fingernail off, so
Thank you.
I don't know, I guess he's going to find out, right?
Hayden
Yeah,
kinda, like, puts his hand up.
Yes.
And he asks to the assassin, were you just sent to kill Ascor, or were you sent to kill anyone else?
Just Ascor.
Okay, cool, that's fine.
And
If you
what
were
they know
here
about the
earlier,
rest
you would
of
have heard him mention as well that this was not a job from the clasp.
But what do they know about the rest of everybody here? I'm very curious.
We're told you were traveling with companions, but other than removing those in the way, we were given no particular instructions or guidance. We found out pieces about you. We knew it was probably not in our interest to remove this one, looking at Roman.
I mean, you could have tried.
And yet we didn't particularly. The rest of you, those in the city, knew little, other than your appearances, the murder of an ogre, and your attendance of some events. Presence at the jail, and your wanted status, previously revoked.
Yeah, that did happen, huh?
Like
Why
I
didn't
said,
you just kill us in the jail? Well, you're not here.
you were not there.
Oh, that
But
would
you
have
were
been
not
so easy.
hard to find. I am not stupid enough to walk into the jail penance without guidance.
Yeah, who would be dumb enough to do that? Okay, so we are doing a job. There is a cucumber that we need to get rid of.
Why
So
don't
we
you
are-
eat it?
Because it is not literally a cucumber, are you stupid?
And
It
why
is a
did you
code
call
word.
it a cucumber? Why are we dealing with code words?
When we come to resolve the situation of the cucumber removal, I think you will understand why we refer to it by a code name.
So we are going to the big tree to destroy a cucumber. Oh, there is a purple. There is a guy, the tiefling. You cannot kill him because then I will die.
How
So
many
if
of
you're-
these are code words?
Only the cucumber.
Cucumber is the only code word we use.
The rest is literal. Yes. Yeah. So do not kill the purple tiefling. His name is Ghost, because yeah, that would be harming me. So that is breaking your new contract job.
It
I
was
guess
mentioned
unless we say.
in some of the reports from the city.
And what was that?
That he was part of this band and had no longer been part of it.
He's cancelled.
Zolith,
We
the
cancelled him.
Moorbounder seller.
Yeah, he is cancelled. That is right.
Wait, did you say Zorth told you about him? Us?
He did.
That guy was so shady, though. He told us about Den Bylen, you know?
Talking of dens, you know you're not the first assassin we've helped.
Are we not? Where is
You're
this
not.
other?
You're second and third. Well, he's busy right now.
Rasha clutches his
I
bag
can't
of
say that
holding a
in
little
the
tightly.
No,
can't
yeah,
say he's busy because he's not busy.
He is
He's not here.
indisposed.
Oh, he is disposed. No.
Indisposed. That means something different, right?
Enough of the prattling. Do I need to sit here for all of this, or can we travel alongside you?
Do you know someone called Nadan?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I will be honest, Hayden, that is a little... Never mind.
What?
You hear telepathically. Don't give names we don't need to give names of.
Fuck, sorry.
We need Cassia to teach Hayden how to be a spy.
He's a delivery guy, not a spy.
I'm a delivery
yeah.
boy!
He's in Royal Mail, not the class.
Are you going to bring him back?
Yeah, I guess so. Are we good, guys? Do we want any more promises about things from this guy? No escape. Did you say no escaping? You're going to travel with us, yes?
I said I would help.
Wait,
you.
travel with us? I don't know if that's a good
Accept his new
idea. I
job.
think that's just so. That's it's kind of fraud.
Yeah, but
Maybe just send them on their way.
Do
how would
you
we get firepower if they are not with us?
do you have your own tent, or are you gonna have to share ours?
No, we came out all this way with no provisions because we are. No, I can't lie in this. Can I? Sarcasm doesn't work. He like goes to say something with like a snarky look on his face, and then realizes he can't. And he goes, "We are well prepared for a long travel."
Good. Hayden Loki looks disappointed. Okay, moving on.
Wait.
Does Roman know from where they are right now how many days travel it is to Arbor Exemplar?
Yeah, you guys have been traveling for 2 days. I've got 5 days more travel.
He says, we have approximately 5 days travel ahead of us to our destination, and upon reaching that destination and resolving our issue, we will... The cucumber, yes. We are able to make something of a divine departure, an instant departure back to the city. So if you are able to accompany us the whole way, assist us with our task, we will take you straight back to Risona, where you can move on from there.
Out of character question, don't we have a person limit on that spell?
Yeah, I'm just checking that one, but
Roman doesn't know that.
Roman
so-
doesn't know that.
We are discussing details of an agreement
Roadman,
to be
romance.
made in principle.
Sorry.
Return him to me.
Yes. Yeah. DM, okay, just so I'm clear. But he's been helpful, right? He's promised he's not going to stab us. We're all
He
good.
said he's no longer their mission objective to get rid of Asgore. He's accepted that he will help you and travel with you and deal with help you get rid of the cucumber.
Okay.
I love that we just adopt drow assassins wherever we go.
All right.
Because we're secretly softies and we don't want to kill them.
And murder husbands. Come on, that's
It's
cute.
pretty cute. That's like
Do
goals
you-
for next
Husband's
campaign.
nice.
That's my
Do you
favorite
go-
trope.
Do you go to cast Raised Dead?
Yeah. So Rash is gonna take the bag of holding off his shoulders and maybe cough awkwardly and say, "Okay, I sort of shoved him in here, so my bad on that one. Give me a second." He's
Did
gonna.
you shove him inside the bag?
Yeah, I thought I was shoving him in the bag of holding behind the rock. We were hiding him.
Did you check if he had a bag of holding on him?
Well, I just shoved the corpse.
We took
If
all
we
his shit
did,
off
man,
him
we
and
would have
searched him.
snatched
Took
that
all
up,
his
rude boy.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
if
no,
he had a bag of holding, we
case-
would have had that.
In
Yeah,
that
come
case,
on.
the only
Yeah,
question
no,
is
I'm
which
teasing.
bag of holding?
Yeah, no, I'm teasing.
Come on.
Come on,
Pretty
DM.
thorough investigation
This isn't our
check last
first
session.
rodeo.
Is this your first row? Yeah, you too.
Yeah, okay, cool. So as you drag him back out, go on, Rasha.
So it's probably an awkward process. There's a bit of like wiggling him out, and then at one point he turns to Akko and says, "Can you hold me back? I'm kind of struggling to get him out." And eventually we pull the guy
How
out.
many dead drows do
by
we
the
have in that
arm.
bag?
Two.
Too many.
Is 2 a lot? It depends. What are we talking about?
I'll lay him on the ground. So This is going to take a raise dead, so this will be a 500 gold piece diamond.
Okay. We will say that as you kind of get the diamond out and begin to cast it, and he looks over. Is he still bound
Does he
up? By the way,
counterspell? Does he counterspell it?
no. Is he bound up?
We're...
Yeah.
Oh, the
he
guy,
is.
the dead guy.
Yeah. No. So the dead guy's not bound up, but the guy who's in the zone of truth
Yes,
is still bound,
yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
And you know what? We probably just bind up the dead guy a bit as well, just so he's a little bit more chilled out when he comes to.
Well, maybe we should gag him so he's not doing the spells when he comes back.
Maybe it's
Gag him, rag
maybe
him,
allow
tag
me to
him,
be the
and
first
bag
thing
him.
he sees.
Right. Oh yeah, but yeah, okay.
Maybe unbind me now. I will not
Only
try
we
to
should bind him first.
escape.
Yeah, bind
Bind.
him first, unbind this one, I could just swap. And then I will do it.
I will allow you to be unbound if you cooperate. I will place you under a magical stasis instead.
Why?
Insurance?
Fine.
And also, it's very important to us that you do not step within 5 feet of this gentleman. 15 feet at all times.
I said I would not try to leave.
You did say that. Okay.
Go
So-
ushers Zug over to him, by the way, and like puts a hand on his shoulder.
Oh,
within
what
5
am I
feet more or
doing?
less. Just stick with me and draw your blade.
Oh, okay. Draws his massive axe and just kind of stands there.
He hears in
Alright.
his head telepathically, look, if they try and do something crazy, Dimension Door, we're going to appear right beside him, and that axe is going to sing. All right?
It's got a lovely voice.
I can't wait to hear it.
Okay, as you take the bindings off, put another one. Do you cast stasis on him? I'm gonna say you.
Sorry, Aaron, what were you going to say?
Did we check the other guy for, a poison tooth as well?
Oh, we did.
That's what we
not.
did.
We
Oh, you
were supposed
checked
to
this.
check to this guy, but not that guy.
He would have used it by now.
No,
He's
he's
dead.
been dead. So
Yeah, I cannot.
You might
poison.
want to remove it, or allow me.
Hayden, you are the tooth guy.
okay, and he kind of
Like glazed over
Guidance,
expression.
guidance from the cleric, surely.
Yeah, I guess I'll pat Hayden's. That will bring the zone of truth down, though. So.
all right. Gets the pliers and. Oh, this is so gross! And he goes in and starts.
I'll say with as you've done it before and with no sort of like resistance, you managed to like pluck it off, and yeah, you can add another one of those to your inventory. And you kind of ping, and it comes off, and like covered in blood a bit. It's kind of popped out, and like, it's a little
All
bit
the
leaking.
root
of
and
steam.
everything.
×2 deadly dose molar in the bag of holding.
Ego, Rasha.
Ah,
Okay.
thank you.
Take these as well. I
And
don't
as-
want them, and he gives you back the pliers.
And as you've unbound, tied up the other one, gets put in stasis. Rasha, I'll say you take the diamond out, begin to cast it, and as the diamond
Yes,
shatters
yes.
above, flashing with golden light, pushing through. Is there anything? Yeah.
Okay, this is maybe flavor homebrew, but as Rasha does it, he would like to pray to Geb, and say something to the effect of, Geb, you're resurrecting this bad guy. You might want to. I don't know if you can do this, but tell him how great you are. Be like, I am Geb, the holy guy, like a vision or something. Show him the light of Geb, and he just,
Way better than Loth.
I mean, it works
just
for
want him to
me.
Be doing funny stuff when he comes back. A really cool resurrection, Hayden saw you and thought it was super cool, so
Yep.
do that.
If I
Praise
could
Geb.
reach everybody, Rasha, I wouldn't be trapped here.
Oh yeah, but give it your best shot. You're a god. Come on.
Flashes, diamond scatters on his chest, and then things begin to melt and pool almost like water, like reflecting the light, sinking into him. That is where we will leave it and have a break.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, shit. Did
was
we just make a
resurrecting-
huge mistake?
I think we just made
Resurrecting the
it.
9th level spellcast is an issue.
Oh god. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute.
See you in a bit. So, in the last half of the session, the group reconvened slightly and began to interrogate the drow assassin sent to kill them, realizing the relationship between the pair, realizing that they might have struck a nerve with this particular line of negotiation, realizing that torture might not have worked, but some level of emotional blackmail would have worked, offering to employ them for 400,000 gold to help them out with their mission.
We don't have that kind of money.
But Asgore believes that he does, so that's all he needed to say in the zone of truth.
Very true. So, as Rasha has casted the diamond across the ghost chest and it's refracted out into many different pools, kind of sinking in, you see kind of the wounds left by Zug's axe kind of seal over magically, and you kind of very slowly, like color returns to the face, and there's like a as he kind of like spits out like horrible black bile, and you kind of see all his like the bits of his body that. Did you cast Spare the Dying? I presume not. The bits of his body that were perhaps looking a little grey and sallow kind of have come back.
I did not gentle propose him, no.
No, not
Well,
those.
it's only been a day.
Yeah,
It's a little stiff, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
as he kind of coughs up like green and mucus. Looks around and you see him immediately flex against his binding.
Rush is
kind
just
of
going to quickly
panicking.
turn his head towards his husband. I look over there.
He's in stasis. As he's kind of like trapped there, like standing, like he's kind of adopted a bit of like a fuck's sake pose, but like is paralyzed or restrained. I just kind of like eyes flashing wildly, like hands flexing, trying to break out of the thing. Like, what is going on?
So we brought you back to life. Hello. You work for us now. Hi. Maybe somebody else should explain this.
Your partner has agreed to new terms of your assignment, and you will be working with us now, so we can eventually get you paid for the current job, as well as extra for assisting us in our time of need.
Double the sum. So much money. Wow.
And like doesn't seem like with it. What? You understand why I probably don't believe a word of that.
Absolutely, and I will release your partner from his stasis, given that you agree to make no sudden movements or cast any dimension doors.
Or any other spells.
Is he able to talk in your stasis?
It's
Is it paralyzed or restrained?
incapacitated and
Yeah,
has
no, he cannot talk.
yeah. So I shall release my momentary stasis from him.
Kind of like drops, like there's the stiffness and kind of magical hold which has been drops. He kind of like pose, relaxes ever so slightly. It was unpleasant. What they're saying is true. We have accepted a new deal, renegated on the old one, and they, as a down payment, they've brought you back. I am not allowed to approach you.
I think that's kind of harsh, to be perfectly honest. Like, just seeing his beloved get killed, and maybe they would want to have like a little smooch or something. I know that I would want that if I had just died. I'd want a little hug from my.
They both stare at you with like daggers in their eyes.
Why would you want that? I don't get it. What does that do for you?
Roman is just looking at Hayden with just pure pity in his eyes.
What?
What is this grotesque mockery?
Wait, when did we say the? Oh no, that was Asgore. Asgore said that. You can ignore that. You can, yeah.
Are we assuming that Asko's just gone for a wee?
Yeah. Asco's like,
Asco-
my part here is done. Oh, that's...
Asko says, well, hold on. Now we know how these spells work. If they're right next to each other, that can be a problem.
But in the Zone of Truth, they said, well, one of you said you would not. Maybe we can remake the zone and you can swear properly on the new contract or something like that. Both of you.
I mean, they're either gonna do it now or they're gonna do it later. But if they want, 400,000 gold, then they'll not do it, right?
Right.
I'd say just let them have a little hug. I'm feeling kind of bad that we're keeping them separate, to be honest.
It's kind of awkward.
Yeah,
I'm
like
afraid it's entirely necessary.
Okay, well, I don't know. Shall we write a proper contract? Make it, I don't know. Then make them both say it in a zone and then all is good.
Roman, can you summon some kind of demon to officiate?
I do not know how to summon a demon, I'm afraid.
Oh, it just... What was that thing before?
He sort of like looks awkwardly at the two drow like kneeling next to each other. But Roman doesn't know how to initiate telepathic contact, so he just sort of leans over and whispers to Askell, that is nothing to do with demons. I think it is a scar left over from my time in the Farum. I'm able to open portals there and summon creatures through to assist us.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, it wouldn't have been a problem, but we could have lied, But I think I think it's a bad idea.
I do not know how skillful they would be in even telepathically communicating, let alone verbally officiating any sort of official agreement or promise. So, I mean, they would be very good at driving them insane, possibly. But he sort of like awkwardly, yeah, yes.
Well, Asko, maybe you can make a good contract so we can get them to agree on it properly with all the terms so we're not going to get stabbed. And then, we can, just be on our merry way.
Scared of us. Send us away. Or be done with it. Like, I've agreed to your terms.
Yeah, you
All
have,
of
but
them.
he hasn't.
Then summon your zone again and allow me to explain it to him.
Oh, I can't just do that. Okay, sure. Let's do that. Cool. Yeah, fail the thing, please. And we'll make a zone of truth, and I guess, yeah, just get confirmation from the other guy.
I need you to agree that we are going to aid them to accept this new deal, to renege on the previous one. Askor is no longer the object of our mission, and we no longer aim to remove him. And the one repeats it back. And Aeonia turns to you. Are you satisfied?
Asko, you're the contracts guy. What else, is that good enough for you?
I think it's the best we'll probably get.
Yeah, sure. So, all good. You may now hug your husbands.
They again both just turn to you. What is wrong with you people?
I'm a priest, isn't that what I do?
You're officiating. Can I unbind him?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Oh.
I'm really curious. You two are husbands?
No. What?
You're lovers, then?
I don't think that's any of your concern.
I'm just curious. Have you been married before?
No.
Oh, I can do
Well,
that actually. If you want to get married, I can do
He's-
that.
Asgore, maybe it might be complicated, like maybe they're like on again, off again.
Perhaps, but all I
No,
was
this
trying
is
to
worse
suggest...
than any amount of nail cutting. Please just stop.
Maybe
asking.
they're
Please,
like on
hear me
a
out,
break,
hear me out. Hear me out. All I wanted to say was that
You
I know
talk.
perhaps wherever you're from, it's not so easy to do such things, but we do have a priest here who is bound by the laws of great powers,
It'll
able
make
to
your
do
f-
so.
It'll make your fight better, actually. You're kind of needed based on yesterday.
And also the tax purposes of marriage are not to be eschewed.
You know, when you said this was going to be the best thing that's ever happened to me, I didn't think you were also going to ask me to get married this day. What the fuck is wrong with all of you?
It's just an offer. Come on, just an offer.
Take your offer and shove it up your ass.
Is this the new guy, the resurrected
No,
guy?
this is the standing one. Slightly enigmatically, like, what is...
Can I insight check the other guy to see if he's like kind of got hurt feelings that the other one doesn't want to marry him?
To go for it.
Big balls, man. Big balls. Big balls.
Would you like a guidance for it?
Yeah, give me guidance.
I wouldn't know that you're checking them out.
Okay, insight check. 8. What do I know? It's an 8.
They're both just looking horrified at the circumstance. Like, the idea of you, a bunch of assholes, asking them all these questions about their relationship. It's like they've got at a train station and you're like a drunk group that's come nearby and it's asking them all these questions.
Okay, but look, they did
Why
try
aren't
to
you
disintegrate-
married? Oh my god.
They did try to disintegrate us. I feel like that's not the situation.
It's not quite the situation.
They nearly
I
one
get
hit
the
killed
sense-
me.
I get the sense that all that ground here has been covered, so we should be moving on, both literally and figuratively too.
He starts walking over to the other one and he starts working toward Kance. If nobody stops him,
Well, Rash is
Um,
right next to him, right?
yeah, that's right next to him now. He kneels down and kind of brushes a little bit of the hair out of his face, cuts his cheek ever so slightly, and then goes to goes to undo his bindings.
Rasham moves away because he's pretty uncomfortable with physical affection being shown in his immediate vicinity. He can't look at it for too long.
Askell telepathically into Roman's head quickly goes, look, should we just get them to Dimension Door away from us before they do anything? Before he unties him.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I follow.
I just don't want them up close together like this. They can do stuff.
It really makes no difference whether they are together. If they are together and he chooses Dimension Door, then they escape together. And if they are together and they choose to come with us and assist us, then they do that too.
You just hear a little telepathic growl. Or
Relax. They could not beat us on their terms. They are certainly not going to harm us on our terms.
you hear nothing in reply.
Cool. Well, let's get on the cats and go.
As finishes on doing the bindings, the other one sits up, and they kind of give each other a hug. And as they separate, you see that they've that one of them lay on a loose down and kisses the other one on the cheek, and then offers the hand to stand up. And you
This
see
is
them kind
so
of help
sweet.
each other to the thing. Obviously, he's still on 1 HP, really deadly. He's kind of limping slightly, and it turns around and is like, "Are we to follow behind you? Please do not make us ride among you."
I was going to ask, do you want any healing? That looks pretty bad. Zach, yeah. You're lucky Zach was wearing clothes actually yesterday, but...
He wasn't, actually.
Was he not? I could not see, it was dark. It explains a lot.
Probably for
Yeah,
the
would you like
best.
some healing?
Oh yeah. We are fine. We have provisions, and we need some time to collect ourselves.
I guess you can keep up with us if you have been so far.
We will be no more. We will be within eyesight, behind you.
Well,
Rushabel.
yes.
Sorry, go ahead. This is
Aku
telepathic.
makes
Go ahead.
Aku makes really tasty dinner, so I guess I can
have-
hang out later.
Take both one of those to kind of go like peasants. I've noticed you've taken some items from us.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah, we
might
did that.
require some of them back.
I think we should hold on to them as insurance.
And I'm inclined to believe they may be either not yours, perhaps even my brother's. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
even the task giver, but either way, it doesn't seem likely that they're yours.
The daggers are, as is the poison. The scrolls were not. However, the sending stones may be essential to our newfound position.
I think with the
We
sending
will
stone.
provide you with the sending stones when it's time to use the sending stones.
Yes.
As is your wish.
But don't be afraid to tell us when you think is a good time to use those stones, okay?
Of course.
Well, welcome to the Spice Boys. Rasha repeats to the second one.
You hear telepathic in your head, ease off.
My front door just went, but as they kind of like turn and begin to walk slowly back to camp, I will leave you guys alone for 3 seconds. Apologies. Be right back.
Well, they seem kind of nice when they are not trying to disintegrate Esco.
Would
And you know
Roman
the
have
best way
gotten?
to stop them from disintegrating us is not offer them healing. Keep them weak. If fighting happens, we can heal them. That's fine. Let's just not make them powerful.
The only thing that they're going to do is leave, if they choose to do so.
Somebody mentioned that we don't want to fight them on their terms. If they leave, they get to choose again.
Yes, but we'll be aware that they're out there. We can make provisions, and we'll be the wiser for it next time.
Yes, if everything goes to plan, if we get unlucky and a tornado or some kind of giant bear monster with eyes for teeth and teeth for eyes attacks us, then who knows where we'll be after that.
I absolutely understand your concerns, Ascor, and I think there is definitely a situation appropriate for acting on it. I feel like with contract killers, there's always room for some negotiation. If they are taking on jobs for money, then I believe that they are open to better offers. They can't get us on their terms, and they won't be able to get us on our terms. I think they understand the risks, and they will try to mitigate them as so.
You're the mastermind.
Would Roman have got a sense that that Aku was upset that he didn't get cut any fingernails off, like any other fingernails off?
I feel like Aku's got like absolutely no emotion on his face right now. Like
Yeah, fair.
he probably looked like he was looking forward to it, but he's just watching them both like very, very intently. Kind of can't tell if he wants to stab them or is just watching them.
Yeah. If he did look at Roman while they were like back at the campsite, he would notice Roman, who has low charisma, so is not able to hide how he's feeling very well. Just sort of like looking at Aku thoughtfully, just like sort of like pondering. And if you made eye contact with him, he would just sort of look away and maybe poke the campfire or something.
Well, if Aku does notice that, probably Roman would hear in his mind, "Can I help you?" Aku just kind of says okay quietly out loud, so maybe you can't hear him, but you can definitely see his expression, like he's mildly concerned, and sort of walks off to do whatever he's doing, like preparing for camp. Food, I guess.
Okay.
So are we heading off or are we
Yeah,
we
this
chilling?
is first thing in the morning, so you guys have woken up, you prepared your spells, you cast some of them, but this is your beginning of your third day of travel towards the Arbor Exemplar. It says the Arbor Exemplar, it's not the other
So
one.
did we complete a full rest?
Yes, you did. You would have done before this conversation.
Even though we
yeah,
got
I'll-
interrupted by midnight fight?
Yep.
Oh.
Might have slept in a little bit. So, as you begin to set off again on the Moorbounders, those of you with keener perception will obviously notice the people slowly, keeping up with you behind. No more than a couple of 100 yards, but not disappearing off the horizon.
Potential retcon. Should we have set them ahead?
They possibly don't know where you're going, all the way.
True that.
How are they keeping up with us if we're on cats?
Seem to also be on cats.
They have cats too?
They're Naruto
Wow.
running.
Do they share a cat?
Yeah.
God, I wish that was me.
That's so romantic.
Could somebody make a survival check for today as you travel through the Barbed Fields? And if at any point you think you would stop down to talk to each other or stop down to talk to the two drow who are now following you, let me know. However, same throws.
Aku, are you good at
Survival. Aku?
Aku Bear Grylls.
Sai.
Wait, I missed that. Sorry.
Do you want to roll a survival check?
Oh.
Can I read the Tome of Clear Thought? The Tome of Clear Thought while on the cat?
Yes. You need to read 48 hours, right?
And I've done 1 day so far, I think.
Yes. Oh, cool. Yeah, survival check from Aku.
11.
11. Could you roll a d10 for me?
Oh dear.
Oh boy. That's a 2.
Cool. Approaching now through the fields, moving in ever so slightly different direction. You will be aware that Aku, obviously, you can pinpoint the direction that Ghost is in, and that might be slightly interfering with your route. Rather than traveling paths, you seem to be following a very, as the crow flies, dead arrow. And this means that the scenery you pass isn't exactly the same. As you're moving, you notice up ahead there's a large clearing. Most of this area is rocky outcrops and ruins, tangled up shrubbery, but there's a large seeming space where there's nothing. There's nothing for a while, and as you're kind of approaching, you think it's probably just sand or something underneath. As you kind of crest the edge and get a bit closer, it's a hole. Continuing moving forward, the hole just goes down and down, and if any of you kind of approach its edge, you can't see the bottom. And around it there are 4 pillars, and there's a particularly close ruined building nearby.
What do we do?
Roman would recognize.
Roman can make a history check.
How big is this hole, sorry?
It's probably about 300 yards in radius. It's huge.
Whoa.
Would you describe it as a gaping maw?
I would not.
Ah.
So that would be about 2,400 sphincters across.
Interesting. Roman, what did you get?
It was so weird. The dice looked like it was a 16, but it was actually 6, so that is 11.
you've heard of various phenomena appearing. This is not one that you would have come across or would have heard of.
So I guess we just go around the hole.
Was the was it Rakshasha or Rakshasha?
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa. Was that with Roman or was that with Ghost?
Ghost.
Okay, never mind.
Looking around, if you've got a high, I'd say that who's got a perception of over 15, possibly?
Me.
Just Russia. Russia, make a religion check.
It's
Oh,
21.
I also have a passive perception.
Okay. Religion
Over
check.
what?
Mine's 16.
15.
Me too. I do.
A
I thought you might have higher.
religion check.
Are we
Yeah,
doing
religion check. looking
Religion
around.
checks.
21.
I already did it. Oh wait.
21. Okay.
7.
7, no.
Natural
Is
one.
this Geb's hole?
No. So you look around and you notice that a lot of the iconography
Get in the Geb hole.
on the pillars surrounding this and the temple is represented by a kind of opening kind of like circle with kind of many like very stringy white long hands kind of almost like curling or grasping out of it. You probably are not aware of this religious iconography. You would have seen it occasionally in depictions you would have had at home of Lolth as kind of another god signia, but I don't know if you would know who this particularly is. But you could probably infer from that this is some kind of shrine or phenomenon associated with one of the other betrayer gods.
This is a betrayer god thing. It's a bad guy hole.
Bad juju. We should avoid it.
Bad jutsu hole, yes. Are our best friend assassins in earshot or near enough?
They're probably coming up on you.
Guys, this is a bad guy hole. So, I guess we are going around it.
I certainly don't want to go in it.
I don't know, I kind of like the ground, maybe? No, that is for another time.
Yeah.
I used to feel kind of obliged to go into holes like this, but...
Did it look like it was made for just you?
Yes. Well, no, I don't know, it's a Geb thing. I just want to go down the holes, right?
Could, as you all try to move away, could you all make wisdom saving throws?
Mother effer.
No!
Thank you for asking, DM, but I will respectfully decline.
Are we near to Aku? Right
those of you who are
now?
on the same moorbounder as Aku are, yes. So that would be Russia and...
No, Rasha's got his own moorbounder.
I have my
right?
own moorbounder.
It's me
so Russia
with...
is not...
Rasha's
I'm
always
with
been
Rasha,
with me.
right?
No, Aki's always been with me.
No,
Okay, so
no.
if you
Rasha has his own.
Rasha and Aku and Roman are on one, and then Zug, Askor, and Hayden were on the other.
I thought Roman was Naruto running.
Roman is Naruto running, right?
Hold on.
Right, so we've got Hayden.
we-
So let's work this out. So we've got Zug and Askor together, and then Rasha's.
I thought mine was the largest, so it held 3
Yeah,
people.
it is. So I
Yeah,
think
Hayden's with Askor and Zug because
so Aku
Roman
is
and
Rasha.
Rasha did not want to hang out with Hayden when he was like, "Oh,
You know what?
Oh,
I'd rather the paladin and the clerics are together. They're the ones that can save us.
Okay, cool. So wisdom saving throw. Somebody roll for Zug, please. Aku.
I got a dirty 20.
30-20. Cool. Rasha.
Sorry, can we reconfirm the moorbounder situation?
Yeah,
that's-
whose moorbounder did we lose?
So you lost ghosts. So you've got Rasha's, and you've got Askor's. So to clarify, the only one who gets Aku's bonus at the moment is Rasha.
Oh, and it's a +4?
Yeah,
That's 25.
25. Okay, cool. Hayden, I'm not giving you advantage because of Rita, no matter how cute she is.
It's she.
I rolled a 16."
16. Okay, cool. Zug. If anyone roll for Zug, or should I roll for Zug?
I don't have his.
I don't know
let
what
me
his
get
bonuses
character sheet
are.
up.
Hold on, I
a
gotta
second.
take the cat out to another room.
Hold on.
Yes,
Give me 2 seconds. I'll get his sheet up.
In the meantime, then, Askor. Wisdom saving throw.
Let's roll. It's an 18.
18. Cool. And Roman.
7.
7. Okay. Zug, when it comes up.
And it's wisdom save.
Yep. Natural. That's your dirty 20. Okay, so all of you, as you're kind of like more bounders begin moving away, you see Roman freeze, turn round, and all like entirely of like seemingly not very volition, you just start walking. You're completely of the same mind. Your body just not responding to you anymore, and you start walking towards the hole.
Do not go in the hole. It is a bad hole.
Maybe 10 foot forward, closer to it.
I know, but stop.
We've agreed against this. Come on, don't be
If you
stupid.
go on roll 20, you can see your rough positioning. This is not
Oh.
representative of the actual distance of stuff, but just so
God.
you...
Okay.
Can you depict our friends on this map as well?
Jamie,
They're quite far away from you still.
Jamie,
Fair,
could
fair,
you
fair.
please make the map a little bit bigger so
Yes.
I can... Thanks.
Do I have hold person prepared? No.
I've got a hold person wand in my bag.
Oh.
Okay, this is
What's the
happening.
saving throw for
Ascor will
hold person?
probably strut forward on the moorbounder and in front of him, and just be like, "Come on, stop fooling around."
I guess Roman walks around Thaddeus.
Yep. You can make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Who? All of us?
No, just Roman.
Okay.
15.
15.
Ascor shouts out, "Hey, aren't you listening to us?"
Walk 10, like... Roman, you can respond. You can talk. Just your legs are not responding to you.
I am not in control of my body.
Okay, let's get
What?
him. Gonna.
Zug, jump on him or something.
Okay, Zug's gonna attempt to grapple you. I presume you're not gonna try to resist.
Unless I have to, no.
No, you're just compelled to walk towards it. So Zug like grabs you and stops you moving. Your legs are like trying to go, but Zug is holding you. And I'm just gonna say that unless you're like trying to break him off, Zug has that kind of strength.
Yeah, there appears to be some sort of magical influence over me. I cannot resist the urge to walk into this hole, which is totally fine, perfectly normal. Nothing bad could ever happen from this situation.
Pick you up and let's ride away. Hope it goes away.
Oh, I'm gonna roll for the moorbounders.
What about
Shit,
our
yeah.
assassin friends?
So they're quite far away. They're like moving towards you. If this goes on long enough, they will.
You should possibly tell them not to come close.
Oh god.
Guys, do not come to the bad hole.
Did they heed us?
If you yell that loudly, they will probably stop. Yes. However, the moorbounders, this close, both freeze and start walking towards the thing. So I'll say 10 feet closer. I'll say
Okay, Ascor yanks on the reins, of course. And
Yep,
anything?
stop.
there's no like
Gonna-
they're both like looking around, panic. Like both of them looking like heads swinging back at you, but their legs are just moving now closer and closer.
Uncle, help me restrain Gip Cat.
Can I cast a spell?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
can I cast momentary stasis on both the moorbounders then?
Yep. They don't know what's going on, so they're going to try to resist it.
Sure. It's a DC. Sorry, I've got so many friggin' features. DC 17 Constitution.
Constitution. Okay, they have a +2 to con, so 2 rolls, 2 to 20, +2 to each. That's a 15 and a 5.
They're frozen.
Okay, yeah. So but however now they were just freeze in place, incapacitated.
This does not hold for long, so
Is that 1 round or how long is it?
yeah.
1
Gonna
round. Okay, you guys got
push
6
Gip Cat
seconds.
as far back as can.
Make a
Uncle, help
strength
me,
check.
Gip Cat. Assisted question mark?
Yeah, assisted by Aku. If Aku wants to help.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I was muted. Yes, I do.
That's not magnificent. Just flat strength, 14.
Yeah, no more than one size larger than you. You must. So they failed their thing. So yeah, you move them. How many? It's 5 feet away from you, pushing.
Can I cast detect magic?
Yep. Detect magic. So these get pushed 5 feet back, both of them. This entire like the hole is just completely warped with what type of magic is it? It's on enchantment magic. Just the whole area is like bathed in it.
So I can't necessarily pinpoint a place where the magic is specific. The
It's
magic is
flowing
specifically
from the hole outwards.
Oh, by the Luxon. We might be in a spot of bother.
I want to cast Stone Shape around Gabcat, so it's a 5x5x5 little thing. Try and make him a little coop, so we can't go anywhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a
Cat
little
cage.
5x5 thing around Gebcat. Gebcat, like as the stasis ends, he just like continues to walk into this wall. You can see him, however, is it 5x5?
5x5x5. So he might
you
have
put
to
a roof
curl
on
up
it?
a little bit. Yeah. There's gonna
Okay.
be a roof, and cat carriers. Maybe
Yeah.
one of them will have a little like face window, and Rash is gonna pat him on the nose and be like, "Stop
Looking
it!"
through the face window, you'll see his face the thing, but underneath you'll see his paws going, and he started to dig.
I get cat. Stop it!
No.
The other one was any action taken on Thaddeus.
Yeah, so Askel was demanding that Zug just fucking tie him by the legs and just.
So
Cat
Zug
him
lets
down.
go of Roman, who starts walking towards the hole.
Can I
Oh.
cast momentary stasis on myself?
Yeah. So as you say that, Zug lets go of Roman, and Roman freezes, incapacitated, and right. So you're gonna try to. So Zug is gonna try to stop this moorbounder, right? Try to grab it.
Pretty much.
Do you want me to roll for his Zug?
He's going to try and lasso it,
Yeah.
I think, around the legs.
Yeah.
I can roll for Zug, but what do you want me to roll?
Roll a athletics check.
Zug's got +9 in his legs. What the hell? That is
That's a natural 20.
29, baby.
Zug just like somehow perfectly lassoing Cowboy Zug, just like crunching around this creature's like neck, and like rips it backwards. So also get Thaddeus is moved 5 foot backwards by that as well.
With detect magic, did I learn the level of the spell?
No,
Bastard.
kind of
Okay.
where it is and what school. Okay, so momentary stasis ends. Gebcat is now being held. Sorry, Gebcat is being held by the stone thing, but is digging. Thaddeus is being held by Zug, but Roman is free. Roman, do you do anything? All right, does anyone else do anything? Feel free to jump in. Like,
I will. Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I want to make a bottom for it so I can recast Stone Shape and like give him a bit of extra space down there, and make a little topper, bottomer.
okay, so there's bottom kind of you hear, and you kind of hear the scratching of like stone on sand, claws on stone. Now is he still trying to dig? But it's like still like looking out the little thing, like up at you, like panicked. Okay, so that's the thing. We'll switch over to the other side.
Score is going to pull out the wand of whole person and just give a little order off to Hayden and say, Hayden, tie his legs, tie his hands, do something. And just hit him with the wand of whole person.
Oh, I've got one of those too. And Hayden will dig into his bag now, remembering that both he and Asgore had bought wands of whole person so long ago. He'll fish his out. And who did you shoot with yours, Roman?
Yeah, I was shooting Roman.
Okay, cool.
Isn't Roman the only one still Roman?
Roman's the only one who's still going for it. Yeah, the Zug holding on to Thaddeus and Gebcat's in Coast and Stone.
Quick question.
All right, well, hold off there, Hayden. Let's see if this gets him.
So what did you cast? Whole person.
Whole person DC 17.
If Roman's not resisting it. No, so Roman just like holds it and falls on the ground.
Right on.
So right immediately
All
now,
right.
nobody's Thaddeus and Zug are engaged in like a battle of strength, but I imagine Zug's winning based on a natural 20 for now.
I think Zug's plan was to also like kind of tie him up like a cattle. Do you know what I mean? When they talk cowboys do cattle tying.
Yeah.
Like one leg's in the air. And all
Oh,
three of them are
okay.
tied up.
In which case, like one of them is still like going, but Zug's like tipped him over, and one's like held up, and he keeps like trying to go for it, but it's not moving, and it's quite easy to move him. So you have a cat encased in stone, you have one being hogtied by Zug, and then you have a paralyzed Roman.
Can he speak with whole person?
I don't know what paralysis. I'm not sure if it allows it.
Paralysis is not really known.
I'll connect you telepathically though, and just say, "What's happening to you?"
Roman shouts in his head, "There's a fucking area is crawling in magic. You need to get me out of here as soon as possible.
All right.
Doesn't seem very happy.
All right, Hayden, and he just slowly pushes Roman over till Roman's kind of like, stick rigid, just goes into his back, and just says, drag him out of here and just get him away from this goddamn hole in the ground.
Yeah,
Zug.
okay.
And then saddles up beside Zog, grabs onto the rope as well, and just says, "Let's pull this thing away." And yeah, we're gonna attempt to like just basically drag our half of the gang away from the hole.
Cool. With all of your combined strength, I'd say you're fine. However, as you reach the edge of this area, could Zug, Hayden, and Ascor make wisdom saving throws?
Oh god, again.
Uh-oh. This is a bad vibe hole.
Oh god. Yeah.
Bad vibes.
So bad vibes. The music stopped.
Yeah, I think we need some more ominous music for this area.
As you might have worked out if you looked at saving throw before, the DC is 16.
Oh no. Oh
yeah,
no.
I didn't save him that.
How long does hold person last for?
A minute. But like 20 seconds have gone. However, I realize I've been skipping the other side. What's happening with Gebcat?
Rasha turn to Ak and say, I don't know, maybe we can just push this out. We are both pretty strong. It's not that much stone and cat.
Ak is gonna like nod and like stand behind Gebcat's butt and just start like heaving.
Yeah, we have a big stone box with a cat in it that we're
So
going
how many square foot is this?
5 by 5 by 5, and it's obviously not all solid. The majority of it is empty space with
So-
cat inside.
Yeah, but it's per square foot of stone wall. It's 120 pounds.
Okay.
Like
But it's not, so the stone isn't like a
no,
foot
yeah.
squared.
But you
It's
both
probably
have
more
what, like 19 strength?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll say slowly but surely you begin rolling this over. It's going to take longer. So I'll say this happens while you guys have rolled, pushed, whatever, Gebcat. So Gebcat's got to like here, and you guys are still going. And I'm going to say it's taken 30 seconds for the others to get here. Hayden, what does Zug roll?
My bad, sorry. Wisdom save.
10.
A
All
10.
of you don't start moving towards the hole, but you all freeze. You can't move, and there's like you feel yourself being pulled towards. Like Roman, you still can't move, but the rest of you just Hayden, Ascor, and Zug all just freeze. And this happens while Aku and Rasha are kind of slowly rolling Gebcat over.
Gee, I really hope those drow assassins don't choose to disintegrate us right now.
Fuck no. What have we done?
This is a
Hashtag
trust
Ascor was
exercise.
right.
Absolutely a trust exercise.
Yeah, I guess we're just pushing our cat, looking at you guys like, what is the matter? Are you alright over there?
Can we say anything?
You guys can all talk. Just your legs aren't obeying you. You can use your hands. You can do anything. Just legs just froze.
I can't move my legs.
Me either. They're not moving.
Hang on, we'll push the cat and be there in a second.
I hope we've got a second.
As you roll the cat out, so the cat kind of, I'm going to say it goes like beyond the square. Gebcat kind of, you still hear the frantic scratching stop, and you're just like kind of panting and heavy breathing, but doesn't seem to be trying to be forced to be moved. As you've rolled him out of the kind of area of effect, Roman, with your magic, you'll see that he's like gone outside of. There's like very thick magic nearby. It kind of goes very light across this. So this, seemingly, this is the edge of where this effect is.
Roman cannot say anything.
No.
He is.
Hang on, let us go kick them out of the. I don't know. See if they're alright. Yeah, if Gebcat looks okay in his little cat box, then.
Yeah.
You can still speak telepathically to Ascor, by the way.
Oh, is the link still up? Okay. They're almost out of range. You are all almost out of range. If you can perhaps cast dispel magic of some sort on yourself, you may be able to free yourself from the effects of it.
If I cast dispel magic, or if I dispel magic, what?
If you cast dispel magic upon yourself.
I don't know what that is.
How could you? Who taught you?
Nobody.
Oh, we are going to have some words after this, Ascor.
I thought you said
Ask.
I thought you said ask. Yeah. Oh,
I heard it.
Ask. Cool.
Cool. If
My
Aku or
favorite
Rasha want
genre
to
of
step
techno.
out, do you step outside of the area or are you just walking over?
I just want to check the guys out, see if we can, move them,
Yeah. So as you
get them
walk
away from the
over,
hole. Yeah.
what are you doing to them? They're all just frozen.
Yeah, cool. Let's try to carry them away or something. Gebcat seems alright over there.
So where is Roman?
Just on the floor next to Ascar.
Is
I
it just
presume.
like
Yeah, just like you're being dragged out.
Aku's just gonna like hoist Roman over his shoulder. Wait, how tall is Roman? He's taller now, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
7
didn't
foot tall
realize.
now.
hold on? No,
Like
I don't think he's quite 7 foot tall. Hold on. He
Oh,
is
6'10".
Alright.
202 centimeters tall.
Yeah, Aku's
think-
gonna hoist him. No?
What
What were
sorry?
you saying, Clued?
Oh no, I was saying I think Rasha's 7 foot and he's 213 or 15 or something, so it's not quite 7 foot. But
He was
Okay.
Roman was 6'4" before, because he was the same height as Ghost.
They were both 6'2".
Oh, then he is now 6'8".
Okay. So Roman is like laying on the floor. Ascar and the others are just kind of standing there, looking around, looking for increasingly bad. And Thaddeus is like hogtied, but now there's no one like kind of not holding him in place, but no one pushing him.
so I mean, like,
DM,
Oh.
sorry, does Zug's ring of mind shielding act in his favor here?
No.
but we think Gebcat seems okay just a bit further along, right? So
Yeah.
I guess while Aku's picking up Roman, Rasha will just, I don't know, roll the other guys a little bit further forward.
Okay. I kind of like pushing them over. I say it doesn't take anything to kind of all like individually push them 5 feet. And as each of you kind of get rolled out, you feel yourself your legs just it's like come back to you. It's like your brain like reconnects. You no longer have that impulse or urge to move forward. However, could Rasha and Aku make wisdom saving throws to leave this area?
Yeah.
Thaddeus out.
+4
I
there,
still got
Russia.
hold person.
Yours will literally just be ending as they attempt to walk out, I'll say.
9, 18.
Okay, so as you
Oh,
step
plus four
out,
is
you
20.
see that Aku just freezes.
Aku, come on. Really?
Roman will manifest an echo in front of Aku to push him past the threshold of where he can see the magic.
Yeah, so as Aku's like stop thinking, just Aku's you push him over and he falls slightly undignified as all of you have, kind of standing in the sand as you've all been pushed except for Rasha. You kind of all breathe and feel your legs return to you, and you look around and you see Thaddeus and little Gebcat's box as you kind of like look back at the thing, but none of you feel the urge to move forward, and you all seem to be within your own mind and bodies.
Goodness.
That was a bad hole.
As my brother would say, did not pass the vibe check.
No.
What does that mean? I don't really.
I don't
Exactly.
understand either. That's just what he would say. When something wasn't very good.
Now, what was that symbol anyway? The, like, I don't know, white long hands. And
Are we sure we want to find out? Maybe we should just get away from here as fast as we can.
Oh, I don't want to find out any
You are-
closer, just asking.
Absolutely correct.
Point. Drow assassins kind of rock up next to you. What is going on?
Oh, we are just rolling around in the sand for fun.
Just nothing but bad vibes.
Frolicking.
Yeah, frolicking.
That hole over there is bad juju, so don't go over to it.
Cursed.
Super
Cursed
cursed.
energy.
Roman, you hear in your head, you hear a sort of silent whisper, what if we let them go in and never come out again?
If we were going to do that, we would have killed them yesterday and killed them this morning and saved ourselves the effort.
Fine.
Come now, move on. Move on.
All right.
Guys,
And don't let me forget to start teaching you how to dispel magic when we settle for camp.
I don't know if you've noticed, but this isn't really a educational thing.
Well, it isn't Isn't it about time you started educating yourself then?
I think I'm pretty exceptional the way I am, actually.
It doesn't seem like a very exceptional trait for you to be turning down additional knowledge or learnings or teaching, but have it your way. If you choose differently, you
Look, okay, if
continue
you
to
think,
ask.
unlike your brother, you can actually help me out and perhaps know anything about these things, then yeah, sure. But I've already had one of your family come to me and promise me the world, and, well, how's that gone?
Roman instantly turns very cold and he says, "Suit yourself," and just turns away.
In the ensuing awkward silence, Hayden pipes up. Guys, I feel like that we should probably be a little bit more careful when we're navigating through the rest of the Barbed Fields towards the Arbor Exemplar. Just a little bit. That was kind of a close call, and I don't really like falling down creepy evil magic holes. So, if there's anything we can do to like try to scope out the way ahead better before we set off in a direction, maybe we should do that, like Cheez-It here can, transform into an owl or a hawk or something and can fly forward a bit. Maybe that can, help give us an advantage when we're plotting our course. Or
Why don't we always do that? That sounds like a no-brainer.
I don't know why we haven't done it until now, but I think we should maybe start taking it a bit more seriously,
I did not know you could do that.
I think it's strange they call them familiars and you don't really know what you're doing with them.
Well, he likes to be a mouse. He doesn't like being the other one, so I'd try not to do it unless he demands it.
You have had
Well, at least it's not a cat. I can't stand cats.
Do not say that again, Asko. Wait, so I've had a tiny winged scout the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, we have. He's right here on my shoulder, currently in the form of a mouse.
Oh.
Funny looking mouse.
This is just the form he prefers. Where are you going? No, you can't go down that way. Go this way. Okay, 1 second. Sorry. Down you go. We're playing D&D right now. You can come back later. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me transform him, and Hayden will sit down and start performing the ceremony to transform Cheez-It into I guess a hawk. It's daytime right now, right? So yeah, hawk form.
Yes. So it flies up. The hawk form. Can you look through his eyes? Or
I can. Yes.
oh, could you make a perception check with?
Okay. Can I hold on to someone for a second? I'm gonna look through his eyes. I don't want to fall over.
We should move on immediately. We should not linger in this place.
Do it on the cat.
Okay, that's a good point. I'll just hold on to Zug while I do this. Okay, and so we get onto cats, and Hayden kind of shuts his eyes and starts to look through Cheez-It's eyes. And do I roll with Cheez-It's perception or my perception?
A hawk's perception.
Okay. D&D 5e hawk.
Probably a +2, I don't know.
Absolutely, thank you as well. Could everybody who used a spell for any reason please roll on the wild magic table?
Oh god.
Yes.
Is
So
that
I'm
D20 or D100?
busting
It's
their cat out of
D200.
stage.
Does changing Cheez-It into a hawk count as a spell?
Yep.
No.
So anyone who used magic, that's the wands, that's the stone shape, and that's the
200, yeah?
Yeah, 200.
Wait, 1D200 or 2D100?
No, so you can either roll a D200 or you can like roll a D2, and then that tells you if it's under 100 or over 100. Then a D100. It's up to you.
I owe you one from earlier, Zone of Truths and Raised Dead.
You do indeed, yes.
I got a 58.
D8. Okay.
139.
Wild magic table's always fun.
Yeah.
I've not understood the assignment. Could I get Roman to roll it for me, please?
Okay. There's a rush of magic through you, Roman. The next spell you cast has double range. And if it's a touch spell, it has a range of 15 feet.
Woo!
Hoggers.
Does he like know this in his mind that he can like utilize this, or is this gonna be like a meta
This
thing?
will be a mechanic thing. Like you go to cast a spell and the magic leaps forward. Like so Rasha, I think you owe me 2. Hayden, you
Yep.
owe me 1.
Yeah, I
Number
rolled
one
a...
is-
Oh, go on.
Go on.
No, you first.
177 is the first one. And then 153.
Okay, 177. You feel like as magic escapes slightly too much than you thought it out, and you lose your one of your highest current level spell slots.
One of my highest.
Yeah, so just whatever your highest spell
Can
slot
I-
is at the
oh,
moment, you lose it.
I was going to say, if it's one of my highest, can I parlay for 5th rather than 6th?
Okay. 153.
Yep.
Okay. Could you make a oh god. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the map. Could everyone make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
Excuse you. Are we near Aku?
So look based on the current map, the people who are near Aku, is Rasha only. Rasha would have pushed them over. So wisdom saving throw against Rasha's DC. So which one of these? What's the fail here, Rasha?
Oh, you want to know? Am I making this throw?
Yeah.
So if I'm next to Aku, it's 18 plus 9, 27.
No.
But my DC is 17.
Okay, so anyone who rolls under 17, let me know.
I rolled a 21.
So Zug rolled a 16.
16. And Aku? Oh, 16.
Rolled a 16.
Cool. Could you all those you failed, roll a d10.
Wait, no, sorry. Zug rolled a
So
17.
you've cast
and
Confusion.
Roman rolled a 17, so that
I've cast
beats it.
Confusion.
Yeah, on everyone.
We heard
So-
ourselves in confusion.
Askell, what did you roll?
It's a 6.
6. Okay, the creature doesn't move or take any actions this turn. So
It's
that's
good
fine. That's fair enough. Aku, what did you roll?
The 4.
4. The same. No actions taken. That's fine. What does Zog roll?
Both Zug and I rolled 17s.
Oh, wait. Sorry. 17 on the saving throw.
Yeah,
I thought you rolled a 16. That's fair enough. Okay.
that's my bad. I meant
The reason this was a thing is if you roll a 1 on a confusion, you move in a random direction.
Oh god. I was worried because if Zug was confused and attacked the nearest person, that's me, and I've got the lowest HP in the party, and he's got the...
You probably instantly die.
Yeah,
Crits and you instantly die,
Okay.
yeah.
Just
Cool.
behead
So
me.
that's Rasha resolved. Askell Askell resolved as well. No, sorry, Roman resolved.
No.
Askell, what did you get on the wild magic table?
I've not. How do I roll a D200? Tell me.
You
somebody.
/roll space 1d200, all one word.
Hayden, what did you
roll? Was
Hayden,
it
what
slash
did you
roll?
get?
What, sorry?
Space
Space D200.
1d200.
Like that,
Hayden?
but with a space. I rolled a 139.
139. Hayden, everything's happened. It's been a lot. And you think that it would have been really nice to have a drink. And suddenly, you just, everything's a little buzzed. Everything feels like you are currently intoxicated until the next long rest. Askell, what did you get?
Got a 95.
95.
Drunk
okay.
Hayden, what will he do?
What won't he do?
Okay,
What will
and,
the hawk do?
Hayden, like Askell, you feel this surge through you. The next spell you cast functions at 3 levels higher than cast.
It's a real thing, you know.
That's a PogChamp.
Cool. Okay. So as Hayden looks drunk, Askell and Roman seem to be flushed with power. Rasha has kind of cast. You all seem frozen for a second, and like your mind befuddles slightly by the magical winds
Sorry.
swirl around you.
My bad.
And yeah, it feels the energy leave you, Rasha. That's where you are. So magic subsides. You all feel safe as the wild magic winds leave you.
Is this hawk just like doing like barrel rolls and like
Woo!
50 paper aeroplane just going on a wild
Hayden's
ride.
sick as he like zooms through the eyes of a hawk, just like oh.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Hayden starts. You see the hawk that's taken off to fly, just start like lilting to the side slightly.
and like he's got his eyes closed as he's like sat. Oh, I guess he sat behind. Wait, are we on the Moorbounders? I thought we were.
No,
We
you
are.
will just. Oh, you are. You got up. You're kind of
Yeah.
moving along. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you were between Askor and Zug, right?
Yeah. So he's kind of like holding his hands out, trying to like balance himself. Like, stop it, cheese it, come on, stop, stay still. Ugh. And I'm gonna do my perception check. Hawks have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. So,
And you are drunk, so you have disadvantage.
So it evens out.
Evens out.
Okay. And a hawk's perception is +2. Okay. Literally, my perception is better than my hawk's. That kind of sucks. Right. Roll.
That's +4, no?
My perception is +6.
So a hawk is +4 here. I've got hit a small beast,
Yeah.
tiny beast unaligned. +4.
It's got
Yeah.
advantage.
Sorry, I was looking at wisdom instead of perception. Okay, yeah, +4. That's good. Thank you, Luke.
You're welcome.
20 +4. He rolled a 7.
You're pretty confident that you know the way. That
Guys,
level of
it's
drunk confidence, like you know the route.
definitely that way. Let's go.
How exciting to have a scout.
How do
I
we
guess we follow.
Oh, Hayden. So, Hayden, can you make a survival roll for me?
Oh
At
fuck.
disadvantage.
Oh fuck. Oh, where is my character sheet? There it is. Survival at disadvantage. That is a 7, DM.
7. I'm gonna be honest. Between the 11 and the 7, you kind of meander around a bit. Aku, about halfway through the afternoon, because you know roughly the direction and it hasn't moved or changed, you're not really getting any closer. Some of you think you've definitely seen that pillar or rock before. And unless anyone says anything or stops Hayden leading, it gets to the evening and you settle down.
No, as soon as Aki
Yeah.
realizes he is absolutely going to be like, we are definitely not going in the right direction.
No, I'm certain it's that way. Like,
Hayden, what is wrong with you? You're acting sort of wild.
I'm a wild guy. It's definitely that way.
You're kind of naughty though.
Are you intoxicated?
What? No, you're drunk.
Who
Leap of logic might
looks
suggest.
at Roman like, is this just me or is he absolutely wasted?
Ak is not intoxicated, he's intoxicating.
Yeah, he is.
Leap
He's
of
also
logic.
toxic.
Leap of logic may jump to wild magic affecting his ability.
That's ridiculous. You're silly.
You think I'm silly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we gotta go that way, right? And he continues to point in the direction that we just came from.
Okay, maybe you're a bit tired today. Cool, you said you know a ghost is sure to take over.
Wait, what? I think I misheard that.
Oh, just you said you know a ghost is, so do you want to take over?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he feels the connection strongly, he should be in the lead, right?
We'll take the roll from the morning and kind of carry on as those of you realize Hayden might be suffering slightly. and as you kind of get drifted forward, pushed forward by Aku's tether, you're definitely moving in the right direction. You're not really moving over paths anymore, and there's a lot of like moving around buildings or moving through brushwood and stuff, but you make some progress today. It's probably going to require you to move quicker if you're going to make it in 7 days, though. And as you kind of settle up and get and kind of get ready to let's begin setting up camp, noticing that Aenir and Krantz far behind you have started camping as well. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about with each other, or?
Roman is still sulking from Ascor upsetting him.
What did I say again? Oh, the brother, yeah.
Don't push the brother button, man.
Rasha's probably sat with Zug, making adjustments to his new armor, so now he's probably most of the way there. So it's looking pretty cool. You know, give it to Zug properly when he's here, but he's doing last-minute adjustments and measurement changes and making sure it fits with the aesthetic of his axe and all that. So yeah, it's like a little cosplay workshop going on in the corner.
Okay. Yep, sorry.
While Russia is busy with his workshop stuff, Hayden is going to approach Aku.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
So to cover, it is until the end of
liquid courage.
it is until the end of your next long rest that you are intoxicated.
God's sake.
That Zemnian courage coming up.
Aku, he says initially quite loudly, and then he's like, oh shit, I should speak more quietly. Aku, and he tries to whisper more quietly, but it's still quite loud. How are you doing?
Aku is like looking down at Hayden, like with a very strange look on his face, like he's maybe not sure whether to just ignore Hayden so that he doesn't embarrass himself, or maybe tuck him into bed so that he falls asleep. He's just really not sure what to do. And he goes, yes, Hayden.
I have a question for you. You know how you he kind of like looks around and then like covers his mouth. You know how you like sell like sood and stuff?
Like, Hayden thinks he's being quiet, but he's absolutely not. And at the mention of Soon, Aku like whips his head around to see if like there's anyone listening in on the conversation.
Roman's head is like in his tome of clear thought, but like you can see his eyes like looking at you guys, just sort of like definitely eavesdropping.
Rasha, meanwhile, is just smacking Zug on the side, being like, how much mayo have you eaten in the last few days? You've got to bigger. Stop it. He's not paying any attention.
I guess as like nobody is like saying anything, Aku's gonna like on the surface look pretty friendly, but he's gonna put his arm around Hayden's neck, but it's gonna be pretty firm and pretty squeezing, and whisper into Hayden's ear, what do you want, Hayden?
Well, I thought it was pretty obvious. Do you have any suit? Can I buy some from you? You do sell it still, right?
Well, considering my relationship with the clasp is no longer exactly friendly, no, I don't have a lot of sood on me, Hayden. If I did, I wouldn't be giving it to you now when you are... He kind of looks him up and down. Definitely intoxicated.
But that's the best time to do it. You go out to a party, you get a little drunk, and then you go to your dealer and you go get some food. That's how it works. Okay, if you don't have any food, do you have anything else?
I guess, Jamie, what is the DM ruling on this? Because I've been kind of selling, but I mean, I had a stash and I'm not really sure how far that's gone.
Well, you had a decent amount. You've been carrying it for a while. I don't think you've sold. No, because you did. Like one time you went off and you sold it. It did a lot. Do you remember how much you sold in terms of like amount of money?
No, not a huge amount. I mean, it's really difficult to say at this point because it was so long ago, but
I will say that you have not a lot, but you've got, so you had a law route,
Yeah.
and you had Sood. I don't think you ever had any zeal. So I will say that you probably have some of each, but like probably enough for like 1 or 2 hits of either, but nothing, like not a lot left where you were originally, given everything you fought, given the fact it's been stolen, given the fact that you traveled across continents and you've sold a decent chunk already.
And the allure route was the one that was brewed in tea, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
gives
it's a
you hallucinogen. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
but you gave to
cool.
our score once.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give that to him. So I guess the only option then would be to give him some food, because Hayden does have a fair point. It is the best time to smoke. So he is going to take a very small amount of food and wrap it up and turn to Hayden and say, we're going to share. You're not having this whole thing here. You see this? This is not all for you.
But it's so small.
Yes, intentionally.
Okay. But
I don't want you soiling yourself tonight.
I'm not gonna soil myself. What do you think it... God. Okay. How much does that cost?
I have no idea. It's been so long since I've sold drugs. Jamie, help.
Well, I mean, you've sold one of this for 150 gold pieces.
Yeah, it was like quite a small amount if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yes, well, Hayden, this is quite a pure type. It's very high quality, so this normally would sell for 300 gold, which I doubt you have on your person at the moment.
What? 300? That's nothing. And he reaches into his bag of holding and effortlessly pulls out a handful of gold that's like spilling over the sides, and he starts like drunkenly counting it out to
Wait, how does Hayden have money? I swear we all got robbed.
So last session, when you all have money.
Oh, we got money back when I was away. I see.
Yeah, you got money from the guys, the assassins.
Okay.
But also, Hayden never lost his gold because his was in a bag of holding, and the servants only stole gold from pouches, not magical bags.
Just to clarify, it wasn't the servants that stole gold. It was the people who worked at that inn that Cass was friends with.
So we need to go.
Stop slandering the Everthal household, please.
Sorry.
We need to go bully them
sit
and get
by
our money
and
back.
let that happen.
Yeah, we really do, do. Okay,
that's why we still have the Bank of Ghost as well, because Ghost's bag wasn't touched.
We do, and also Rasha was wearing his money in outrageous amounts of gold outfit. Yeah.
So anyway, Hayden's counting out this 100, 110, 120, 100, and he gets to, how much did you say? 300.
Yeah.
He gets to 300, then he's like 310, 320, 330, 340. How much did you say again?
500.
350, 360. And so he counts out 500 gold for you. So you can add that to your inventory. I will remove 500 gold from my thing.
How many coins is it? Like, this is a lot, right? Like, it's...
Let's say you did it in platinum.
Yeah, I've done it.
Okay,
I take
okay.
back everything I've counted so far. I changed it to platinum. Here you go.
So, Aku is gonna turn to Hayden and go, wow, that's very generous of you, Hayden. And he kind of pockets it, and he doesn't put it in his bag this time. He puts it in one of his little pockets on his belt. Well, go ahead. And he's sort of looking expectantly to see if Hayden can even light it.
Oh, and he like pats his pockets and he's like, I don't have a lighter. Do you have a lighter? Wait, I do have a lighter. And he remembers and he gets his tinderbox out and gets a little flame and quite with practiced ease actually he lights it and takes a puff. Not with the kind of newishness of someone who hasn't done this before, so you can tell that he's maybe done it once or twice. You said we're sharing this, right?
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, okay. He like takes a little puff. What's the
Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. I was gonna like ask like what's the effect of this thing?
Do you get Aku's bonus at the moment? Aku, do you want him to succeed?
Yeah, sure. I don't actually want him to soil himself, you know? It's not...
Yeah.
I rolled a 3, so with Aku's bonus, that's like what, a 7?
Yeah. Wow. Hayden, you just take it in and you feel a bit of a rush, and that rush continues to go up your head, your eyes roll back, and you flat unconscious on the floor.
No!
Okay. Looks at Hayden on the floor.
No, I'm
Kind of mutters to himself, well, I suppose that was a good few seconds longer than I expected. Takes the sood out of Hayden's unconscious fingers and starts smoking.
Cool. Could you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
It's gonna be really fucking embarrassing.
Hayden is like messy spice.
Oh, that was amazing. I'm so It's 10. It's not a high DC.
Love that for you.
Can you pass out next to me so at least it looked intentional?
Yeah. I'll pass out on top. No, next to you. Okay, that's a 12.
Well, I mean, 12. You succeed and you gain a sorcery point that allows you to cast Twin Spell as a meta magic option. But you just feel like the rush of the art, because Sood is refined residium. So it's made of like magical components that it kind of, you feel that rush and like the burst of energy in your eyes crackle slightly. It's basically this universe's version of cocaine that you're doing right before bedtime.
Well, we're smoking it, so that's probably not great.
You guys smoking crack in a campfire.
Pretty much.
Look, we've been through a lot, okay?
Okay.
This is probably super obvious, and like, how close are the assassins at the moment?
They're quite far away. They've camped. You've noticed they don't like you guys. They might have accepted the job, but they've kept their distance at every possible opportunity.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to Zug, yeah, it's a good job we weren't getting high before the assassins attacked, huh?
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Well, I think that's what they are trying to do in Hayden's case.
Why is Hayden on the
just
floor?
passed straight out.
Yeah. Is Hayden okay? Do you think they need help?
Hayden will be fine.
Oh,
His
okay.
parents might not
These
be in the
people
morning.
looking at Hayden, making an absolute scene of himself, and just sort of like pats him on the back while he's lying down absent-mindedly, just like...
Let's be real, like, smoking and then passing out is, like, clearly the best possible option for Hayden to have had right now. The least embarrassing thing that he could have done in this situation.
The cleanest exit.
So, is there anything else anybody wants to do this evening?
So no
I'm
more
good,
terrorized
dear. I'm
NPCs.
fine.
We've had torture. We've had crack cocaine. What's next?
Okay.
I would like to
Roman-
do some gentle reading.
You
Very-
just listed the only things that my character has done this whole session.
Pretty much.
You're the star of the show.
Pushed a cat.
Roman,
I did push a cat.
also you can with that 48 hours, with over 3 days since then, I'd say at some point over the 4 hours you complete reading this book, and you can increase your score. I think you might already have done that.
No, I unequipped it when you were like, you don't have that yet. I was like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah, cool.
I will equip it now.
So you feel sharper. Your mind has been refined. The words in this book, I don't know what they are, but they were.
Oh, I've got such a big brain.
Yeah. Okay. Waking up in the morning.
Wait,
sorry.
do you guys just leave me outside to sleep in the elements all night?
Yeah.
There's nobody.
Roman's watching
me in
over
a
you,
tent?
though.
Oh, I can put you back in my tent if that's. I don't know.
No, it's alright. Aki's gone. Where have we like proper set up camp, or are we like fully like campfire, like tents?
I'll say you were
and
sitting
everything?
around that when Hayden come to approach you. Yeah.
Alright. Well, Hayden will probably wake up with one of Aku's furs on top of him, which is pretty warm, to be fair, so I feel like he wouldn't have had a bad night's sleep.
What's the best outcome?
Doki doki.
Okay.
Oh
How
my
did it
God.
smell?
I'll do a watch, I guess.
Okay. Could Rasha and Roman both make perception checks for me?
Yeah.
You're also
Perception.
Roman. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
I was 24.
Fucking 9. I literally. Anyway, 9.
DM.
Yeah, 24. Cool. Sorry, 24 and 9. 24. You notice that the other camp, occasionally one of them leaves and kind of does a large perimeter of all of you. So even though you're on watch, they seem to be walking around as well. Given your proximity to some elements you've seen recently, it's a surprisingly quiet night for Russia. There's very little other than kind of the twinkling of stars up above. And kind of the way you've been led, this doesn't seem particularly used area of the Barbed Fields. There's nothing kind of around you. Roman with the 9 as Russia kind of slips off to bed. Similarly the same. You see the figure, they're not really making a dent, but you see them kind of repeat, and they seem to be following a cycle, same as you. They don't seem to be sleeping that much. Russia, as your head hits the pillow, you see Hayden snoring beside you, covered in Aku's fur. Could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Why?
It better not be that fucking cucumber.
Oh no. No, Hayden's sleeping on the ground outside.
What is it?
I'm not
I've
in
just rolled-
Rash's tent.
A natural 1?
I've just rolled a 2 for 11 total.
Cool. As you drift off, you see your body kind of, your mind leaves ever so slightly, and you look down at yourself sleeping, and your eyes open, and they are bright purple. And that is where we will pick up
Excuse me, Jamie.
next week.
Oh,
How
yo,
dare
hang the
you.
fuck on.
I realize I haven't given
What the
Aaron
fuck?
warning about that.
No, how dare you do that to Rasha? That's even worse than the wand. Oh god.
Yo, hang on. Can I have my body back, please?
No.
Wait,
Hog.
did your soul just get like expelled? And you're being like taken over by ghosts?
Probably
we
you rolled
not-
a 2 and you rolled an 11. What the hell?
That's pretty funny.
What was the DC?
How did I just roll a 2?
Oh god.
I have a +9 to wisdom saves, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I,
Oh
Well,
no.
for everybody watching, thank you very much. We'll pick it up next time to see what Ghost is doing to Rasha.
Remember, follow us so we do art for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Art giveaway.
Yo, So
yeah, art giveaway.
anyone who wasn't here at the beginning, we are doing an art giveaway when we hit 300 followers. So if you think you follow us but you haven't, double check. Sometimes Twitch unfollows you. No, I'm just trying to repeat shit from YouTube. It's not true. Maybe if you have a friend who you think might like our little D&D show, you should invite them along to come watch with you, and you can.
We'll draw pictures.
Yeah.
Following is free, and you can unfollow at any time.
Yeah, you can
But you
change your mind
won't, because
anytime.
we're very charismatic and entertaining individuals.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And if Roman wins the poll, I will pay for 5 subs.
Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah. Vote in the Twitter poll for our emote.
Straight
Yeah.
up bribery.
but
Okay.
thank you
I
very much.
don't know why you're trying so hard. I've literally
Because everyone loves Aku so much, I literally have to try this hard.
Okay, guys.
If this was Ghost, I wouldn't be so threatened.
We are gonna raid 13th Unlucky Jinx, who are another D&D channel that are doing a 24-hour charity Dungeons and Dragons stream. I don't know how many hours they're into it so far, but I wish them the best of luck because I can barely handle a 6-hour session, let alone 24. So
Imagine
that's
how drunk we'd be by the end. That would be like reaching nirvana.
I would
playing D&D
be
for
like
24
Hayden.
hours.
I would do my first drink and then I'd be about to do second and I'd pass out.
Oh
My
my
liver
God,
would
sign
not
me up for
survive.
this.
20 hours in though, you just be like, "Hey Jamie, can we get this?" And they'll be like, "Whatever." Just that happens.
You go take a nap for 3 hours while the rest of us just like roleplay a tavern brawl or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
And
Good
we'll
night,
see you next week.
guys.
Bye.
Don't do soon, kids.
Don't do
That was
food.
so perfect.